Does he?
I don't know.
No. Nobody can see this.
Already?
Yeah, he already flipped you off.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And he gave you a redneck finger too.
He did. And all I said was, then that's when I knew Culture Casino loved me. And he flipped me off.
That's the best way to know.
Yeah.
It's John the Beagle Dad.
Hey,
Eagles are great. Snoopy's a beagle.
Hey, Sandy Monkey. Oh, there we go. Simple Comics hits a slower one. Max.
Oh, damn it.
It's rolling.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
God, I gotta get him a shirt. Hey, Peanut.
Oh God, what shirt do you need to get him now?
I have to do the farce as female.
Oh, okay. That's a good shirt.
I'll have 2 power, 1 power of communism. You know, it's not communal-fascism. Is what I'm going to call it.
That's the perfect pink triangle. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Dix, I need to start dinner, but I am here. As long as you're cooking some of your voluptuous meat.
Yeah, make me a sandwich.
Ah! That's what we need to do next Vegas, is get Eric K a shirt that says, "Make me a sandwich."
Yeah.
And put my meat in it.
Put my meat in your sandwich.
There you go.
There you go.
Davina! Hey, it's Eric.
$1 billion t-shirt. Boom.
$1 billion t-shirt idea.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
Hola,
It's
bitch
foolproof.
tardos.
Bitch.
What?
Bichachos.
Bichachos.
Hola, bichachos.
I can't read.
Orale. Oro mango.
Order a mango? What?
Hey, it's Nick the Greek.
Oral
What?
mango. It's a thing.
Oral
from,
mango.
Never mind.
Oh,
Never
okay. I was watching your show.
Uh-huh.
I had to take a nap after I got done at work.
It's Thursday night, getting ready for the show now. Tension's running high, and I'm
It's
feeling
Keith.
I could throw down. Hit me with that line like getting ready for a fight. Cause we're throwing down this Thursday night.
You smash the like button, yes, please.
Come on, buddy. Sit down.
Hey, it's Toxalon Entertainment.
Oh, look at that. Who's that guy?
That guy's talented.
Whoever it is, they sound like an asshole.
Only because he hangs out with us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever.
Shrap, I am in a bad mood too. That's okay. Whenever I'm in a bad mood, I just sit back and realize I'm not Comics Division. My life gets better.
Yep. It's the little things in life, Talks.
Right, I'm taller. I'm not hung as well. But that's okay. I'm still taller. That was clippable. Great. Hangman! Hey, it's 11 Alpha, man. Late and Gary. That is correct. It's the cheese factor. Gocho! Hey, Mark. Mr. Pena. Hey, it's RJ Godzilla. How you doing? I miss Godzillionaire. That dude was cool. Dearest! And there's TVG Monster, man, the myth, the legend.
He still pops in on occasion.
Yeah, he does.
Excuse
I
me,
like
we'd
him.
like you to have this flower. Excuse me, sir, would you? Your name
Culture
is
likes the
Reverend Moon?
penis. Yeah, we'll go.
Juice for Jesus. Read about Jehovah's Witnesses.
Kango Rooster! Oh, it's a one-man show.
For Kangaroo. That's cool. I didn't know there was ads.
Kids.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Well,
No
this
shit.
is
That
this
is
is
really
anniversary
cool.
day, isn't it? Wasn't it
Yeah.
today?
2-year
2 years.
today.
Entertainment that
Did you see that green-haired anti-liberal got the 10 out of 10
No, we don't.
Oh yeah, for
in
you guys.
Colorado? Yeah, they did a drawing and she got the 10 out of 10.
It's like really
No,
disgusting.
yeah.
awesome. That
Like
she
somebody
won that.
vomited
She's a
in
cool
a
lady.
blender
I've been on
and,
scene
like,
with her a
sit
few
extra
times.
chunky.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
She's the bomb.
Like every time I see him, I want to shave my eyeballs with a razor.
Your General Amanda Poker.
We are literally the same height.
It's Seat Mike Rack.
We got your back, comics.
Your dick rammed
Okay back
ass.
there, Nick?
Nick's eating beaver.
Bravo to TNT command. Target is locked.
I do for him.
That's a confirmed
I see
hit.
you, Dick.
Target is down.
Kangaroos ourselves
Admiral.
are dead for
Helicopter,
winning.
'cause I'm
That's
a
even
fat kid.
cooler.
That's bull-
That's awesome. Oh, that's fantastic.
Clay. I don't have any hands and feet comics. I can't fly a plane.
Wow, I had no idea he was actually doing YouTube ads. That's crazy.
It's a cheap one.
It's a good idea.
Cannot
Thanks, Peanut.
It's a smart way to actually get yourself out there, so it's good.
Bigwig Cthulhu just posted his first video, The Acolyte, Why Disney Star Wars is Failing. Bigwig.
Congratulations, Bigwig. Enjoy the ride. Oh my gosh, she looks like such a winner. She looks
Oh,
like
God.
Chill.
She's got crazy eyes, man.
Speaking of crazy eyes.
Don't stick
More like lazy eye.
Yeah, blind in one eye.
Yeah.
Blind in one eye.
Blind in one eye.
God,
Yeah.
we can't. Oh, Corey can sing. We can't.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, pff, not even
Hey,
close.
like that,
My
we can't.
brother,
I
my
can
brother's
think
the
you go.
musician. He's the one who actually has talent. Obviously, it skipped me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thursday. Speaking of talentless hacks, I will pull in my co-host. Hello, how are you?
Oh,
guys?
wow. That's, yeah. I get that.
I am happy to be considered greater than I am.
I mean, I moved up to talentless. So that's a
What were you
stretch for me.
before?
Hopeless.
We
Hopeless?
don't talk about that, bro.
Oh, okay.
What were you
I've
before
mutated
now?
since then.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, bro.
Remember the computer? Yeah. Oops. The computer died and I lost my avatar and I had to recreate it. So I'm now Toxic Man Flu 3.0. Okay.
Is that like the bionic man flu?
Yeah.
You should get someone to graft a giant swing.
Every time I
dong
move
on your
around,
thing.
yeah.
Da-na-na-na. Toxic man flu jumping. Yeah.
Tonight on Geriatrics with Technology.
Yes. Pretty much.
It's so true though.
Look what I can do.
Holy crap. I can make it do other things.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. What?
Wow.
I can flip my head around too.
So I gotta ask. It's probably just myself, maybe culture. I don't know. Who else
What's
has
it
been-
like having a short dick? Yeah, that would just be you two.
No, I'm pretty sure that the only person on that list is Tox, but I was referring to people watching The Acolyte.
Look at my danglies. All right.
Yeah. Anybody else watching this shit show besides me?
Hold on a second. Oh, she's
Okay.
outside watering the plants. Mrs. Flu was.
Okay.
Mrs. Flu was. Obviously, I forgot his name. Call of Cthulhu. No. Whoever it was that was putting out their first video.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Bigwig Cthulhu.
Bigwig Cthulhu. Yeah.
Yes.
Wig.
Hey, look, it's Marks.
What are your thoughts, culture? You think Star Wars is going to survive this?
OMG, it is stronger than ever.
What?
Have you
Roland,
seen
what?
those numbers?
Star Wars has been dead for a while.
It has been. It really has.
Yeah, I think you and I have probably talked about this as one of the most prevalent subjects we've chatted about. And I'll just say this: I don't care. I watched a show that frankly made no sense. It was the worst one ever, and somehow Grace Randolph agreed with me.
Are you talking about Monday Meltdown?
That's what?
You said the worst show ever.
Oh,
No, it's
Sorry.
definitely The Acolyte.
Okay.
yeah. The fact that even
Way
Grace
more
Randolph
viewers.
is like, the show is terrible. I mean, that's really saying something because she literally fucking loves everything. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say something that might be unpopular. She slurps Disney schlong.
Yeah.
Why is that unpopular?
Yeah, I don't think that's
around these
unpopular.
parts, we all know that about her.
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, I
Are
mean,
you saying she Hawk 2's on that shit?
yeah.
She just like gets down on
Hawk Tua.
Hawk Tua. Yeah.
That's how all of them said it after I said it wrong.
Exactly.
Brainwashed by the internet,
Hawk
ladies.
Tua is kind of a joke. as well.
Randall's a dizzy
I
chick
know.
bounced.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, it's a good possibility. Yeah. The whole joke is that the planet they're on is on Hawk Tua instead of Octu.
If Culture wasn't married, I would ship him Grace.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Why?
His wife is actually his wife's really cool.
It's way cooler than he
I
is,
can
from what I
vouch
hear.
on that. You could go ahead and try.
Yes.
That's fine. But his wife
I know what
is
would
cool as
happen.
shit.
Grace would walk in the door, and the Culture boss would go, "Oh no, not in my house," and we'd never see Grace again.
She'd mollywop
Yep.
the fuck out of Grace Randolph, and then
Well,
I would
I mean-
record that shit for pay-per-view.
Well, the first thing
But the orange trees are growing better in the backyard.
the first thing is the I see what you did there. The first thing that the culture boss is going to do is make her comb her hair.
Oh, that's true.
That might kill. That might kill
Let's
Grace.
butter you up before I fuck you up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before we jump into things, let me go ahead and get some of these super chats that we have here. Roland the Richard, if you missed it, Culture was singing "Someday My Prince Will Come" on WDW Pro's channel this week. I have suffered some IQ loss after listening to the press conference, but still smarter than Simple Comics.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. I caught some of the highlights. Holy shit.
You know what?
Wow.
This is now no longer a meme.
Yeah. I had no idea. Oh, yeah.
I'm the dumbest fucker in the world.
It's actually appropriate that Rob Reiner's on the boat
Corn pop.
with a Biden, because I've seen Rob Reiner go through a whole character arc with his thoughts on Joe Biden.
Yep.
He's fine. He's not fine. Okay, he's actually fine. Oh crap, he's not in good shape. I think it was Clifton Duncan who shared a meme. I'll dig for it. But yeah, I was just like, wow, I think he's got freaking whatever Biden's got.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I didn't realize that our vice president was secretly Donald Trump all along.
All along.
Yeah.
And he called Zelensky Putin.
Putin. That was
great.
fucking hilarious. You should see Putin. Sorry, I said Putin. You should have seen Zelensky's face because he's kind of like, what the fuck?
Okay, so for 3 hours ago, somebody coerced me into watching The Young Turks. They spent
Why?
the entire time wrecking the Democrats, just destroying Biden. I was like, what the flip is going on? You know, and Anna's out there going, I have been against this guy since 2019. She's like, I'm
Has
on
she?
the record. Yeah. She's one
Okay.
of those people that was questioning his level of competency, you know, as far as his brain, you know, working. It was like,
I'm actually surprised
I'm
by
like, I
that.
stepped into an alternate universe. What just happened? It was
Did they turn
bananas.
CERN back on again? Is
This was the
reality
plan
turning back to normal?
all along.
Yeah, the problem is the plan's backfiring like a trailer mucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what they don't get is that he's not going. Jill's like, I'm not going to go. Hunter's like, you ain't going to go. If you go, I go to jail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the funny thing about it too is this is like one of the things that we were talking about on Space Couch, which is coming out Sunday. So Brian, who's the lead singer of the Gossicles, I'm on his podcast this week, which will be airing Sunday. Yeah, we talked about it, and I was like, he's like, you know, what do you think they're gonna replace him? I'm like, I'll be honest with you, I have no clue. Normally, I could read the tea leaves, but since we live in clown world, it's kind of hard to tell these days. Hello, Tabitha. Thank you for annoying the shit out of me as always. Let's see here. We have TVG Monster for $2. Hi, comics and everyone. Good to see you guys. Good to see you as well. Also, for another $10, last episode of The Boys was disgusting. Kripke is competing with RTD for most vile showrunner. The Boys isn't only guilty of this, but saying sexual assault is funny when it happens to men is very vile. Yeah, I saw a clip where apparently he like rips a dude in half. It's just like, okay, whatever. I don't fucking care. That shows it's been dead to me. Deepa 101, RP Star Wars. Disney Star Wars has ruined Star Wars. Yeah, accurate statement. Very, very accurate. Also, hey, what's up, Marksman? He's asked me, what do I think of AI music? I think it's handy. I think it's a useful tool. I don't think it replaces musicians, but the one thing it will do is probably help kill sites like Ivato when it comes to people needing like stock images and music. I use it for a lot of different things, but I specifically use Ivanto for music for videos. And if I really wanted to, I could just probably craft something in Suno and use that. Overall, like I said, I think it's a great tool. It's not going to replace musicians, I think.
No, not at all. But if you're a lot like me, I mean, it allows you to have that outlet without having a lot of connections and a lot of talent yourself as far as instruments go. So I'm all for it, but that's because I use it all the time. So
yeah, you'll be fine, Mr. Talks a Lot. You'll be fine.
I think where you're really going to see the harnessing of AI, probably in the next couple of years, is going to be in DAW applications. For what a DAW is, if people don't know, is a digital audio
Sex
workstation.
Oh,
no, not a DAW, a DAW, digital audio workstation, which is what most musicians, not most, but when it comes to like electronic music, use.
well,
They're probably gonna have. You can probably put in a prompt and have it like craft something for you, and then you can start putting in like different synthesizers or whatnot, drum beats. I find that to be pretty handy, and then people can kind of fine tune from there. That's where I think you're really going to see the power of AI in music. But that's just me. Keely Chow says Star Wars is deader than the Oakland A's. Don't tell Mexican Iron Man I said that.
Oh, you know, I'm going to tell him next time I see him for sure. Tell him.
That's easy. Just head down to the border. He keeps going back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Make sure he brings back some decent food.
No, definitely. Also, TVG Monster gifted 1 membership.
Hey, thank you. That's nice. We should play something for the money.
Frank is the recipient.
Hey.
Yeah, play something.
Frank.
What are we going to play?
Give him clips. Give him
Cottage
tips.
cheese.
No.
No, too far. Evil.
Whoa.
Yes, Fruity Loops is another DAW.
Yeah, I use Fruity Loops too.
It's still funny.
Boys are
That
at
is
it again.
never not funny.
Also, yeah, R.I.P. Shelley Duvall. I saw that today. I was rather shocked by that. It's unfortunate.
Really? Yeah, it was really unfortunate. I mean,
Was that
Shining and Popeye movie?
Yeah,
The first things that
Popeye,
come to
yeah.
my mind. Yeah.
She played the best live action olive oil, probably the only live action olive oil that I'm aware of, but she like legit looked like the character.
Oh yeah. That's really
Davina said,
unfortunate.
I'm looking at Ableton Live. Ableton is actually pretty solid. I actually own a license, I think for 9. It's probably past that now. I like Reason. I think that's great. And it got better when they have something called rack extensions where it's basically like their version of plugins, but they eventually allowed plugins. And, that just made it more awesome. Let's see, guys. Let's kick things off by talking about Mary Kenney joining CD Projekt Red. If you guys are not aware who she is, she's the crazy-eyed bitch that was in the intro. She also, I believe, worked for Insomniac. She was the associate narrative director over at Insomniac Games, and she was one of the individuals who heavily defended Sweet Baby Inc. Because she worked on Spider-Man 2, which we all know heavily utilized Sweet Baby.
Oh yeah.
She was running the Marvel Wolverine project, which we didn't necessarily cover, but there was I actually had it to talk about one day, but we just didn't end up covering it. Where people were seeing like the render designs for like, I think it was Jean Grey, and they looked awful.
Oh, it looked horrendous. Like seriously, like you couldn't even recognize it was Jean Grey. Like if you had told me, I would have never believed it. Absolutely unrecognizable. And even though I'm not the biggest like X-Men guy, I know Jean Grey
Yeah.
when I see her. She's very distinguishable, whether it's her 90s appearance or her as the Phoenix or even her 60s appearance when she was called Marvel Girl. She's very distinct character. Couldn't recognize her. I would have thought she was just some redhead.
Oh, I'm sure she'll bring a lot of wonderful diversity to Cyberpunk.
Dude, that's like my biggest concern. Not like legit, because
Oh, I'm sure.
she joining CD Projekt Red, who knows what they're putting her on? It's a possibility she could be on Cyberpunk.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Oh,
Now I need to push back, comics. You and I did a video about the fact that they needed to be more dystopian in the next Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
She will definitely help them be more dystopian.
But will it be the dystopian in a good way?
Mm-hmm.
With lots of pride flags.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rainbows and unicorns and farting happiness.
Yeah, so she is joining CD Projekt Red. That's not going to be good. It just means that she's going to bring, and we all know that starting, was it last year or was it 2 years ago at this point? Everything kind of runs together after a while. Where CD Projekt Red basically kind of released their ESG stuff, and how, you remember that video, guys? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, maybe not.
Refresh me.
Well, they basically published this video talking about ESG, and I want to say they got like a big investment from a company like BlackRock, but how they're doing all this stuff with the solar panels, and how they're gonna be more inclusive in video games and blah 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 blah. Yeah, so here we are. Just I'm pretty sure that she's pretty much going to open the door to Sweet Baby Inc. when it comes to CD Projekt Red.
Okay, but I got to say this. In their attempts to diversify, they're actually marginalizing this entire population of sexy women. And it's not okay. I want to see us make gaming like female game characters sexy again. That's what I want to see.
So, comics, do we have more context into the Wolverine game yet? Because I made a prediction, I think about a few months, maybe even right around when that Spider-Man game launched on PS5, the Spider-Man 2 game, that it doesn't matter what happens with the Wolverine game, because I think they're just going to bring in X-23 and she'll be the actual Wolverine of the story by the end of the game. Have we heard anything about that, or do we just know Jean Grey looks awful in it?
Yeah, I don't know what we've found out, or if there has been leaks yet regarding it.
Okay. Here's my theory regarding it. They're going to have Wolverine chop his own dick off and have a gaping wound, and he's going to be like, "Oh, great, now I'm me, the perfect me."
No,
He'll be a Wolverine then.
Nick, I mean, Nick is right. This is something that they've done both in the comics and and to a certain extent with Logan. Have X-23 kind of replace him. Do they do that in the game? Yeah, it's a possibility.
Oh, dude.
I
If they
see why
don't
they
this
wouldn't.
game, it'll be shocking. If they don't, they definitely will in a follow-up, should a follow-up happen. They're not going to hesitate to do something like that. After what we've seen them do to Spider-Man, with having Miles Morales replace him after 1.5 games, and I had to make the argument of 1.5 because it's basically, the first game was an actual Spider-Man game, and with some levels with MJ and Miles, but now this was the DEI version, the PS5 game, where it was also, hey, we have to include these other people too, even more so than ever. So that's why I say 1.5. There's no way
and basically
lay off X-23. If they don't, then they go ahead.
No, I was gonna say with Spider-Man 2, they basically did it to where they, at the end of the game, passed the torch to Miles Morales. It's a good possibility they do the same thing in this game, to where the second Wolverine game is going to be just X-23.
I'm really surprised they didn't go with Spider-Gwen, honestly. I mean, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Gwen, so much better than Spider-Man.
That goes
power. Something.
She shoots web from her vag.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
It really did.
The Ditko estate, because that was one of there's a legal reason to why they're trying to use less of Peter Parker, more of Miles Morales, because they don't want to pay Steve Ditko's family. That's a whole other can of worms there. There was a legal situation that ended a few months ago, maybe it was like 6 or 7 months ago, where the Ditko family was supposed to get a lot more money finally for what for what Steve did for the creation of Spider-Man, because a lot of people don't know Steve didn't actually get a lot of the proper credit for the character that he should have. If you even look back at some of the stuff I think in the 80s, some stuff only credited Stan Lee when they should have credited Steve Ditko as well. So the Ditko family is finally getting their proper due. It's of shame that Steve is not alive to live that late term wealth, but luckily his family get that balance out, and a lot of it's them trying not to avoid paying them. The same thing happened when DC was trying to cut out Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster for not having to pay for Superman.
Right. Well, and I want to say I think he passed away, was it 2018? I know it was relatively recently. I didn't realize he was still alive. I thought he was already gone.
Well, he was such a hardcore recluse. I know the funny part about it was I had heard about him 2 weeks before it was public that he died. I had heard that he had died, but it wasn't for sure because that's how hardcore of a recluse he was. He didn't do any of the spotlight. He didn't want to do any on-camera interviews because he was worried anything he said on camera would be taken out of context. He was ahead of the curve in a lot of the things that we see now with problems with the media and all that. He was ahead of the curve. The only thing he would do was write letters to fans. If they wanted to do a handwritten letter, he'd respond to them. But other than that, Steve stayed far and away from the public eye. He was pretty much the opposite of Stan Lee. Mm-hmm. And that's why also Alan Moore has a hate boner against him as well, because Alan was an ideological hoarder, whereas Steve Ditko absolutely rejected his ideas. Did you know Rorschach was based off of Steve Ditko's Mr. Ray?
Yes, I do.
Oh man.
So let me get comments real quick because while they're still pertinent. Marksman says so many devs that left CD Projekt Red that the studio is a skin suit after 2077. The devs found. Did they find or did they found? No, they found or founded.
Founded.
Yeah, they the devs founded a new studio. Shocked I am not. Sadly, that happens quite a bit. I want to say I'm trying to remember who were the former Black Isle guys. What studio did they form afterwards? When the whole BioWare Black Isle thing kind of collapsed. Slithering Peanut says, actually, the biggest story is how many games that SVI had infected. IMDb accidentally let it slip the names. Wow. Also, CDPR released a Deep Silver ESG vid back in 2022. Yeah, that was the video I was talking about. I didn't realize that Deep Silver, Deep Dive, at least a Deep Dive. Deep Silver, sorry, I was thinking of a game company. Yes. Yes, they did that deep dive. That's crazy. I shouldn't be surprised, sadly. Peter Shays Helicopter Tour says, recently bought a license for Reaper. I use it during live performances to loop my guitar and make complicated songs simple to solo live. Nice. Worth the $60, and I can use a USB pedal as a trigger. Yeah, hell Reaper. Yeah. Reaper's pretty good. I've heard good things about Reaper. Josh B says Laura Kinney's Wolverine has been around for a while now. They still refer to her as Laura Kinney Wolverine. All right, over on the super chat side, So2 Raptor for $5 says Mexican Iron Man. That Smurfed Alf, Toxic Man Flu, and his cat are the narrators. Comics and culture are supporting characters. Indeed.
Supporting
there was
cupping.
One of
they cupping better than anyone else.
Yeah.
One of the child actors from Alf passed away today. He was 46.
Yeah, the little boy. No, he was found no longer alive in a parking lot in his car at a Citibank.
That's oddly specific.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. So to the Raptor for another $5. A Contra style video game. Oh wow, no, I'm thinking about beer. Mexican Iron Man is main character. He goes up against Alf. What do you all think?
Does he have a cat that shoots gun or a gun that shoots cats? I mean, that'd be, it's like a distraction method. He'd be like, boom. The Alf would get distracted.
It's a pussy bazooka?
Yeah, like a pussy blaster. There you go.
It's a pussy blaster. There you go.
It's like it could be a Narcos entry. Narcos.
Wow.
It's fully finger activated.
Narcos Alf.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Tina says that his service dog was also with him.
Yes.
So, I had no idea. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't realize that the thanks for pointing out, Marksman, about the devs at CD Projekt Red. I didn't realize that a lot of them have left at this point, which makes sense why they're dragging in people like Laura Kenny, because she's awful, completely awful.
Well, you take what you can get.
I don't think she's even good enough to put the final nail in the coffin. She wouldn't know how to do it.
She'll take that nail though. Wow, take a good nailing.
That's quite where it was going, but
well, that's always where I'm at. So sorry, gosh.
Yeah, I go with no on that one, man. No.
He doesn't want to nail her. Okay, everybody needs to get that on paper. Comics Division does not want to nail the chick that ruins video games.
Why?
Okay, I'm happy for that.
While anyone's watching.
Anyone's watching. The thing we used to do in high school is I wouldn't do her with your dick. That's
I wouldn't fuck with a stolen dick. I just realized I missed one of Pinochet's Green Machine comments. Stop your Biden disinformation. It's a threat to our democracy. 51 intelligence officers and Leslie Headland will come set you straight with the truth that Biden and Star Wars are fine.
That's true. Leslie Headland could drive you straight. That's true.
Oh, that's good, Brian.
Straight off a cliff.
Scissored straight. The Leslie Headland story.
Wow.
What? Oh.
You should write that as a fictional autobiography. You should write that as a fictional autobiography.
Yep.
Cottage cheese.
No.
Just gonna say it. What?
No cottage cheese.
No cottage cheese?
What
No.
cottage cheese?
No cottage cheese. Never.
Is Jason a cottage cheese?
Nobody wants that.
Huh?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why do you do this to me?
We only need that little opening that culture created, and we're all disgusted.
Literally, like everybody on the panel and the audience are throwing up in their mouth right now.
I didn't see it. Neither.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Well, with some of the stuff you present on Dick's News, I would think that you'd be immune to that shit by now.
Well, I'm just saying, I didn't see it because my EV Mux thing's screwed up. So,
yeah, I got a lot of EV Mux.
Okay. Marksman for $5. Have you heard of Forever Winter, a futuristic cyber dystopian game made by vets from around the industry? A game unafraid to aim for niche audience. No, I haven't. I have to go check it out. Is that actually out, Marksman? I'm going to have to check that out. There was one game. It was I think it was called The Last Night. Night as in nighttime, not as a night on horseback. Which was a pixel art style cyberpunk game. I don't remember the name of the studios. It was like showcased back in like 2017. I don't think the game has been released yet. It looks freaking amazing. But sadly, I don't think it's ever going to see the light of day at this point. Fucking phenomenal looking game.
I want to ask Culture when he gets back if it hurt when he peed.
Why?
What makes you think he's taking a piss, but okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to shut my mouth. Yeah, indeed. Deepa 101, disgusting. No scotch/cottage cheese. No toxic man flu. No.
I have been admonished. I'm sorry, Deeple.
The next time
I did do something else.
I suggest Deeple, the next time you see toxic man flu, you get a spray bottle and a rolled up newspaper and whack him on the nose. And go,
Thank you very much.
No.
Beat it good.
Do I have to pay extra for that?
No, but he does.
Okay.
So just to be clear, Comics Division wants you to beat off toxic man flu.
Yes. With a rolled up newspaper.
Beat
Indeed.
him off.
In the living room with a rolled up newspaper. Yeah.
Indeed.
in the living room with a rake. Yeah, exactly. It's just some
That
odd
escalated
game of
quickly.
Dick's Division Clue.
Yeah, indeed. TVG Monster for $2 says listening to you while playing Elden Ring, a strength build. Nice. Very
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Yes, I've been using a lot of Elden Ring footage from my videos now.
That's weird.
So,
let me
So
let me know if you think this is. I'm sorry.
A
Go
lot of
ahead, Brian.
footage of you dying in the game, then.
No, I try to avoid using that stuff.
Yeah, so it takes 8 hours for him to get 3 minutes of video where he's not dying.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, you said you had a question for Culture when he got back. Here he is.
Yeah, Culture, do you think this is funny?
So was that Chris Gore's body?
I believe so.
I feel bad for Chris Gore.
Yeah, I do too.
Man.
I don't know. He looked a lot better in the photo when he was with Latino Slant and
Yeah,
those guys
well,
at the pool.
I mean, I used a joke on Loki's show very early in the morning because I didn't know where that was taken. So I said, was that a Pride event? And I got in trouble with Paulie. Paulie was pissed. He's like, what?
Sounds like
here's
you
the
need
thing.
some thicker skin.
Did you say it was a little
Hi,
Tank's Pride event? Because then Paulie would have killed you.
No, I would have got dead. It was
Yeah.
all Mexican Iron Man's fault. I did nothing wrong.
That guy's a troublemaker.
Sounds like it. Eric K for $1.99 cottage cheese. I leave as always. Yes, we all leave. We all do, which is the reason why it gets shut down so fast. Slave Tooth Raptor for $5. A new movie idea: Toxic Man Flu. Jurassic Park type movie. Alf and Mexican Iron Man. And it Frankentox Man Flu. Comics Dr. Tox Monster. Okay. So
I'll
I'm
take
Dr. Frankenstein.
Frankentox.
And you're Frankentox
I'm
monster.
Frankentox. I could do that.
That make you Franken Division's monster?
Can I add a little context to the cottage cheese clip?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
It won't make it any better.
Yeah,
well,
good. Have fun trying to justify it.
Okay. I spent 2 to 3 hours just on modeling and animating Gary's face.
Okay.
So I
Well
literally
worth
spent like 10 hours just making that much of the clip.
So how much time did you spend on his ass then?
I didn't have to do that. That was
that
always
was
jiggling all over the place.
So you essentially wasted at least 10 hours of that.
No, everybody loves it.
No, they don't.
We get
No
requests for it all the time.
one
I tell you what, for
loves
$20,
it.
because $20 is $20. Toxic Man Flu will play that clip right now, so you guys can enjoy.
No. Captain Palsy says, I'm looking for a new audio interface. What do you suggest? My question is, what's your price point? Because that will greatly change my suggestions based off of that.
Yeah, I mean, truly, if you have a good microphone and the interface, just all you're doing is buying features.
Yes.
So anything as you go up in price, you're getting more features, abilities. Like maybe it adds a soundboard, stuff like that. I have gone from. I'm on my 4th interface now, and I think Comics and I have the same one, which looks like it's a piano. It's a giant piano on my desk. But the nice thing about it is it's got a lot of features. I can add like 7 more mics to this. It's cool stuff, but it's the features that come along with it that make them expensive. The soundboard feature, that kind of stuff. It just comes down to how much you want to pay. You don't have to pay a lot to sound good. You don't. I'm just, what's generic garbage thing that works great? Because there's a few of them out there. Give me a second. I'm gonna look them up.
Shoot. Scarlet, I think is.
Well, what's the Tascam one? Because that one works, and it's like $60. I mean, it's like cheap.
I think the Scarlet's either $99 or $199. I honestly don't remember. I know that's a lot of people use that. It's probably one of the better, cheaper ones. Which one do you use?
I've
Jason?
got an analog Mackie. This is probably, I don't know, 20, 25 years old.
Yeah. The Mackie audio.
Yeah.
Well, but see, Comics and I have the the newest
The
Mackie
DLC
thing.
creator, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, you can get. I mean, there's like an $80 the Zoom AMS 2x2. I mean, you don't have to spend money on this stuff, guys. You really don't. In fact, you don't even have to go to Amazon. You go down to your local Guitar Center or music shop, and they've got stuff that works great.
Or Facebook Marketplace. We've
Indeed. Yeah,
there.
indeed. Yeah, I mean, even used equipment is good, kids. You don't need to spend money on this stuff.
Yeah, you want to look for people that are upgrading. Hey, I've got this new thing. I don't need this one anymore. It still works.
Yeah, I have. What was the one that we had, comics, that we decided to move along from? Was a big thing.
The Go XLR.
Yeah, the Go XLR.
Right.
Yeah, that thing. I still have mine. I don't know what to do with it. I mean,
I still have mine as well.
Because my Rode Studio, as these guys know, is an 8-spot mic spot interface, and that thing didn't cost all that much. That was a Zoom audio. So
your Rode Head Studio can handle 8 at once.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rode Head Studio.
Yeah, it's called the Zoom Live Track L8.
Because Culture is so awesome, he does need 8 microphones to capture.
Well, especially if I'm playing drums at the same time.
Mics to cup.
Wow. Okay. Moving right along. Let's see. Let's hold off on talking about the Acolyte just for a little more.
I'm
sure if we did not even talk anymore about it, I'm sure our chat would be very okay with it.
Okay, the minute Tom shows up, we have to start talking about the Acolyte.
He loves the Acolyte.
Oh yeah, he totally does. So Assassin's Creed Shadow is back in the news yet again. Again, nothing good. So apparently, a politician in Japan is basically wanting to ban the game from Japan because it greatly misrepresents Japanese history and culture, and a lot of Japanese people are pretty pissed about it.
Wow! Imagine that. Someone actually say, "Hey, this is straight up propaganda. Get this garbage out of here." If only we did that in America. Oh yeah, I forgot. Barack Obama legalized propaganda. Fuck.
Well, the funny thing about it's getting to the point where the Japanese actually want to go investigate and to know the truth, whether if Yasuke was a samurai or not. I mean, again, so far nothing in the historical record indicates such. That they want to basically put a nail in this once and for all. Yeah, I just started that. I was gonna pull that up.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. He does not want to ban the game from Japan. That's a complete misreading of the situation. Oh, okay.
That's a bummer.
Kabuto would know. I mean, he is a gigantic weed. So,
yeah.
Okay, all right, Spencer.
I thought they basically said that. Okay, maybe
right. not. Let me see. He probably sent some ridiculous comment to me in Slack. Let's.
He didn't say they want to ban it. He said they want to fire it into the sun.
Oh. Well, that's actually more accurate. I think that's more accurate. Spencer, tell me what you're trying to say in the Slack so I can relate it to these people. Because I'm going to tell you this. My reading of the translation through DeepL, which is in this, we should probably read it before I give my perspective. But, that's better. I'll shut up. You read it.
How about we have the good voice guy?
Oh, yeah, have the good voice guy read it. Okay. He's here.
Right there. He's here. Yeah, so I'm read that.
Request for opinions. We have received a consultation regarding the alteration of Japanese history by a French game company. We share the consultation below with images. We have also quoted a post that we believe points to the problem with the game in question. We would be happy to receive your comments and suggestions, including specific requests.
Yeah, so one of the issues too is that because all this is in Japanese and this is being translated, it's a possibility it could be misinterpreted. I don't know. Okay.
All right, so also translated by DeepL, the quote post says, "Don't misunderstand why Assassin's Creed is on fire. Black people are the main characters. I don't really care. Non-Japanese people are flaming on their own. Okay. I asked the Japanese. They're flaming on their own. They don't need any help. Okay.
No.
Oh my gosh.
It just means they're angry. They're raging.
Yes, I know. It's just funny. It's
the translations, it's always great. I asked a Japanese expert to make it. Messed up seasons, messed up buildings, messed up mannerisms. Did you really listen to him? It's a premiere box with concept art as a bonus, expensive. A suspicion of an AI that learned the photos of Japanese period messed up. Okay, it continues. We made a concept video. Chinese subtitles are added by mistake. Quicksilver gathers complaints. Maker is upset. Don't complain, racist. This is where the Japanese get the most upset. The problem is the manufacturer's negligence in not admitting even one of their own mistakes. Signature. Drive begins to demand that the product not be released here and now.
I guess maybe
wants it delayed until the historical inaccuracies are fixed. Is that what I'm understanding here?
Signature to Drive begins to demand the product not be released. So basically, all right, Spencer, are you basically saying that they're boycotting the game, and that's what the
Who wrote this article?
No. Okay, so according to Spencer, hang on.
Right.
According to Spencer, according to Spencer, the politician has been informed about this petition. Okay, and is looking into the matter, whether or not to recommend it to the Diet.
Okay.
Got it.
Well, this superior translation made all of that very clear. And I want you to know that I don't get to blame Spencer for this.
No. Well, and technically we can't blame John either, because Deep L is the one that translated it. So
yeah, but he put it out there.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the article. The article is just an extrapolation of the translation.
Right.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, this is the nice thing. We do have a weeb in the audience, and he's really weeby.
Yep.
Who's Spencer?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So here's another thing too. If you're interested, Spencer, we can send you the link to jump on.
He would love it.
So you can talk about it.
Yeah, he would love it.
Yeah, let's do that.
So
Slide in.
This part's interesting. It says the referenced petition calls the game a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and can lead to racism in Asia.
Oh, invite guests.
It called on Ubisoft to immediate discontinue
I'm
to the
sending it to him in the
launch.
Slack.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
No, you're fine.
Corey,
No, you're fine.
Sorry. I'm very sorry.
I don't see anything that says they're going to actually not release the game. It sounds like they're trying to delay it to me. I know it says to discontinue, but is an Assassin's Creed really not going to launch in Japan?
No. The petition says they don't want this thing released at all. I mean, that's what the petition says. I mean, I've been covering this petition now for almost 3 weeks, and it's it's at 81,000 signatures.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they are very unhappy. They called out so many different problems with this. It's almost diabolical.
It's diabolical.
And all anyone can scream is racism.
Almost as if it was written by DEI hires who haven't got a clue what they're doing.
Did you see the photo of the team that was working on this game? It's like literally all white women.
Which is crazy because they have a Japan studio.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, like, tucked way, way in the back, hiding, is What's Her Nuts from Sweet Baby Inc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's like, oh, well, this explains everything. This makes sense why your Japanese game doesn't have a Japanese male protagonist right there. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm like legitimately curious. How much money do you guys think this game is going to make? Because I mean,
that's hard to say.
I'm not going to say the hate clicks on it.
Okay,
has definitely given a boost in pre-sales by people going, we're fighting racism.
Okay, but that's not going to translate. And what's interesting is we got Spencer out of bed.
Yes, we did. Hi, Spencer.
out of bed. I'm working hard so you guys have things to read, even though, yeah, you're not reading mine right now.
Well, to be
Well, the
fair,
funny thing is, I
we
saw
read
this
it?
one first. Sorry, dude.
No, no. It's not. That's not even a real dig. Yeah,
I know it's not a real dig, but it's actually the truth. I didn't see your article.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, we just got it up a little
to
bit
set the
ago.
record straight, we work together because I do stuff with Spencer all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We do stuff. You do stuff with me in the dark of night when the boss
guys are
is
fucking
out.
gay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there you go.
You're not supposed to tell anyone. Why?
It's 2024 culture. I'm trying to get us endorsement deals. All right.
Yeah.
Culture
Well,
is
okay.
Yeah,
the next
diversify,
Bud Light
you bigot.
representative.
So Spencer,
Yes.
thank you for correcting us, because we do
Yeah,
want to
of
be
course.
accurate when we talk about these things. So that's part of the reason why I
Yeah.
want you to be here. So
Of course.
fire
guys.
away, sir. Talk
Yes.
about this.
So, quick breakdown of what this situation actually is. So, unfortunately, the headline here from John, all due respect to John, it is a massive speculation as to what's going on. So, the actual situation on the ground that is shown in these tweets, this Japanese politician, he is an independent member of a very, very small political party called the Freedom from NHK party, which is basically an entire party built on, we don't want to pay the licensing fees to the Japanese public broadcaster. We don't want to do that. Leave us alone. There's only 2 members in the party. That's the only seats they have. They're not that big of a party, but that doesn't matter because they're still politicians. They still have a voice in the Diet.
Right.
This politician, he has heard all of these tweets. He's basically breaking down, I have heard a bunch of complaints from constituents, from players, saying these are all the complaints that we have against this game. And so all the attached things, he has a bunch of tweets with images attached to it that have a bunch of text. Those are all just recaps of what people are saying. So
Right.
when you hear mention of the petition or we don't want this game to be released here, that's not him saying it. That is him quoting, this is what I have heard. So
This
what
is
he
basically
did with,
his constituents that are saying it. Got it.
Yes, exactly. So what he
Got
did is he went onto Twitter and he said, hey guys, I have heard a bunch of complaints about this game. What do you all have to say about it? I want to hear more feedback because this is what we're hearing so far. And he's gotten a lot of responses. He's gotten a lot of, and then he started retweeting a bunch of people who sort of came out and said, it's rewriting history. We don't like this, yada, yada, yada. So at current, he hasn't not announced any action. He said,
Okay.
I'm investigating it. Let me tell me what you guys are up to. Let me see what's going on. There's a possibility he might, but the ones asking to ban the game are actually players. Those are the ones who started that change.org petition, which is at 80,000 signatures at this point.
Right.
So the crux of the story, unfortunately, it's not as juicy as the entire national government of Japan is going to hear this, which, it could eventually escalate that way. That's kind of what it's looking like. But at current, it's really just the Japanese government is starting to become aware of this. They're starting to reach out. And this is a really good pushback to the counter narrative that we saw when the change.org petition came out. You had a lot of the usual suspects coming out and going, look, all of these people who were signing it are totally Japanese, because it's a worldwide poll. And once it started getting attention, more international people started signing, people from America, Britain, whatever. So they started taking those signatures and going, look, Mike S. Oh yeah, that's a total Japanese
name.
person.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. But all of these complaints, everything this guy lists, these are all Japanese people. He's not talking to random YouTubers on in America or whatever. These are Japanese people who are saying, we do not like this. So that is the crux of the story, is that Japanese people are very, very mad.
Yes. Yeah. They have been for a while. And I want to say that one of the tweets that he retweeted, which I believe is this one, I know that I've seen that one before.
Now, when the Japanese are mad, do the Koreans and Chinese need to be the only people that are worried?
Maybe Hawaii too.
Years ago. Exactly. What are you talking about? We learned that lesson already, Todd.
We figured it out. We're done.
Well,
you guys got
the
that.
funny
You do
thing
the world
about
stuff.
it too is if you actually take a look at the petition, it was not started by a white dude. That's a pretty Japanese sounding name right there.
But that was the problem, is my how do I put this? it is all like, it is good to support these things. It is good to sign these petitions when you see them, especially from an international front.
Mhm.
But guys, if this is supposed to be a Japanese-led petition, do not be the first person. Do not be an American white guy and be the first person to upload one of those video pledges to the page. That's just going to torpedo the entire effort by optics alone. I know I know it's all done in like out of good faith and like out of a good objective, but you just got to think about strategy here.
No, I totally agree with that, because like one of the things that I've said in the past is like, if when we talk about certain issues, it's like if I talk about how I don't like Pride Month. It's not that I don't like gay people. I just hate that, and because of what is going on with it, the degeneracy, debauchery, shit that's happening on public streets.
Gay people, long time.
But the
write it down. Get it to the left.
The issue is the fact that it needs to come from these communities that also have a problem with it. They need to push back as well, and it's good that the Japanese are pushing back, because they can point to the white people and go, "Oh, your opinions don't count because you're white." I think it's hard for them to ignore when it's coming out of that community. They can try and say stuff like, "Oh, they have internalized racism or internalized something or other," but when you have like I'm not gonna say the entire nation of Japan against this.
But when you have nationals in Japan, like these are not Japanese Americans. These aren't like third generation kids who are kicking up a storm like because they read something on Tumblr. These are actual Japanese people who are like, you guys are being super offensive right now. There's even one of the because I translated the image through through Yandex, and one of the complaints is like I'm all for progress, but I have like at this point I have to notice there is a bias against Asian people in favor of black people, and I don't get it. And that was from a Japanese person. So like even the people who are on that side are waking up to how ridiculous it is with this case.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, it comes down it. I was okay when they went after these people. I was okay when after them, and then they came after me. I mean, manga. Okay, there's some stories out about that stuff and what's going on now. And I remember being and watching these shows 2-3 years ago, because it'll never happen to manga. Never. Oh yeah, it did. Oh man. Yeah, it did.
It's always just a matter of time.
Exactly.
If something gets popular, BlackRock and all them, they will get a sniff of it and they will do whatever they want to get, like however they can. Because that manga story, right? The headline last week was BlackRock or Blackstone, whichever one of them. I don't even know the difference.
It's Blackstone.
It's Blackstone.
Same thing, though.
Yeah, exactly. Same-ish thing.
Well, but they're normally real estate investors. So
right. Yeah. Oh, so that was a change for Blackstone, was to get into like a business.
Yeah. Well, no.
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I thought they were like the same thing.
No, they get into other businesses. Well, here's the weird thing. All those, investment thingies that we refer to all the time, they all invest in each other also.
Yeah.
So, but
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I'll get to my point afterwards.
I just want to finish it up. They manage giant real estate portfolios. They manage real estate investment trusts. So they've been taking it in the pants recently. So they're looking for other ways to not do that so much.
Yeah. So to answer Tox's point, back then when we were saying this stuff, we weren't necessarily aware of BlackRock and the ESG stuff. I mean, this is stuff that, literally I found out about like 4-ish years ago when I talked to Michael Rechtenwald. I think that was...
What happened to his rectum?
Michael Rechtenwald.
Rechtenwald, the guy. Yeah, I remember that. It was a good video.
A lot of it is that we knew this stuff was happening, and we didn't necessarily know why. And now we do know why, which is these investment companies. And yes, that does mean that countries like Japan aren't necessarily resistant when it comes to them going and investing in something. Culturally, yes, they are. But when it is coming from a corporation that goes and invests in another corporation, that's where we start seeing this stuff get pushed.
Well, you've also seen in Japan in particular, last month there was a report that all of the ESG, DEI funding and all of that stuff that was, pushed out there, all the funds that said, if you do this, we'll invest in you. Everybody pulled out of it in Japan. They were like, we're not making money off of this. This is bad business. We're out of here. So all of those funds are losing their pull over there because somebody at least is waking up to the fact that this is, you know, a profit killer, a wallet killer, straight ticket to the unemployment line, as we have seen.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a profit killer, that's for sure. But at the same time, we all know that a lot of these companies, they don't give a shit about the money.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not one bit.
Yeah, because it's not about stakeholders. Sorry, it's not about shareholders. It's about stakeholders. Stakeholder capitalism rather than shareholder capitalism.
You got me all excited when you said steak, man.
Well, and the funny thing about it is Ghost of Tsushima was a game that was created not by the Japanese, but a game that was highly praised by the Japanese because of its authenticity. And
they made them ambassadors for
fidelity.
the island. Like Sucker Punch Studios, all of them are official ambassadors to Tsushima Island because they loved that game so much. They thought it was so like respectful.
It is. It's a great game. It really is. And it's more of an Assassin's Creed game that we're probably going to see out of this game at this point. One of the things they said I thought was pretty funny. Well, it's hard for us to figure out a way of balancing the assassin samurai bit. It's like, well, that's kind of funny considering Ghost of Tsushima just did that. So
right.
Yeah, and the sad part is they're kind of late to the game at this point. People have been clamoring for this for years. They finally got around to it, and you know the bad news is Ghost of Tsushima already beat them to it at this point. So,
well, the bad news for them,
I'll do it myself. Essentially, is what they said.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's
you know what
unfortunate.
would save this game?
Go ahead.
A guest appearance by the Acolyte? I don't know. I don't know how to
it would be
transition
great.
you guys into that.
I was about to say lesbian space witches, but
Put a chick in it.
yeah, put a chick in it.
More Sweet Baby Ink. That's what's required to save it. More.
Godzilla attacking. That's what it would be.
Oh.
So Godzilla attacks and
Instant box office success.
eats the guy.
You play
Right?
2 minutes of Yasuke and then Godzilla comes in.
And if they did that, they come in and they did the game and they bring a guy out there, and then Godzilla just stomps on him, like in Bambi versus Godzilla.
I love that.
Exactly. Does that, and then they just go, psych, we're just kidding. That would be great. I think that would sell.
They would need Polynesian representation for Godzilla in this game.
That's true.
All right, I want to get this real quick from
Peloponnesian.
Nick the Greek for $9.99 Japan. We do not approve of the new Assassin's Creed game. It does not properly represent the Japanese culture. There should be more tentacles. Oh yeah, and Black Eye needs to go.
Did you get my design documents? Hey, I got to get a lock on my door.
So, Spencer, have you been paying attention to the Acolyte?
I unfortunately have. It's one of the dumbest things I think I've ever seen. Like this is. I'll just put it this way. When I booted up last night's episode, I was like, okay, you know, I'm a little late. I had some writing to do. So after everybody was done discussing it, I was like, all right, I'll finally write it. It's 11, or I'll watch it. It's 11:30. Maybe there's something in here to write about. And I hit play. The first like 10 seconds, you see Jedi with metal detectors. And I just felt, I felt
But they're
everything
not metal detectors. They're force detectors.
Oh my,
Detectors.
I didn't even know how to react. I like closed it out. I just went to like your guys' feeds. Like I went to Colton's feeds, Ryan's feed, like everybody's feed to see if there was anything. And then I went, no? Okay, cool.
They didn't even have the sense to put the Wookiee on the beach with the metal detector.
That would have been so much better. That would have been so much better.
So,
it was so bad.
As an ignorant fool that hasn't watched this show, are you telling me Jedi who can sense the Force are using Force detectors to sense the Force?
No. Okay, so they're doing some cataloging of the planet because they've found a virgins in the Force.
They found a virgin.
They found a virgin in the Force
user.
In an area
in need
of the
scissoring.
Well, right, but in an area of the galaxy that had a catastrophic event that took out life on all the other planets in this local system, in this one place, life is abundant. So there's a Force virgins. Now, Why you decide to, go hunting on the grasslands with a metal detector, I have no freaking
Because they're
clue.
looking for the scissors culture.
It's so
Scissors.
bad.
Somebody
Well,
dropped
okay.
the scissors.
The thing,
Drinker's point is like they stumble across this mountain fortress made of stone built on a mountain. You'd think they'd be able to see that from orbit or something.
well, okay. First off, it's a mining colony, and the one I thought was funny was Gary's video where he has the clip from Empire Strikes Back where Luke is basically scanning Dagobah, and it's like, dude, they've had shit like that for fucking years. They're a spacefaring, race or not going to say race, but species. It's like you fucking have these sensors, dude. If you have hyperspace, you have the ability to go and scan a fucking planet. And the fact that they're not like, oh wow, here's man-made structures, maybe we should go check that out first.
Yeah. Well, joke's on you, bigot. That's not their truth.
Yeah. It's dumb. But yeah, the fact that you have a Wookiee wandering around with a metal detector, like I said, I based off the conversations they're having, I thought it wasn't necessarily a metal detector as much as like scanning for, I guess, like the force or something.
What the fuck would you scan? The thing, look.
Thank you, culture.
It's dumb culture. I don't know.
Yeah, look,
I'm not the fucking retard that wrote this show.
2 days ago. 2 days ago.
I'm hunting for Ewoks.
There you go. 2 days ago, I was like, they have a ship. They're above the planet. They should know everything about this place.
Yeah.
Like once. Like they go around at one time, done. I mean,
all right, I'm smart. I've never watched this show. All I'm going to say is this. The very first episode, what happened? They had a goddamn fire in space. Okay? The only reason you guys are watching this is because it is the bad accident on the highway.
The
Right?
fire in space isn't even the big deal about that scene, because you can have fire in space as long as there's something burning, like something, what do you call it? Like fuel and fire. Yeah, and fuel. What was dumb about it was that it was crackling like a freaking campfire.
Yeah, wood fire.
You can't have combustion without air.
Yeah, well, yeah, like if there was actually a crack in the ship and air was venting, yes, you could technically have a fire. But fire acts like vastly different in space.
Right,
It
exactly.
It doesn't smolder like it is here. It basically it's kind of like globular.
So they had Girl Scouts campfire in space. That's what they had. Okay.
Now, see,
All right.
the thing is, what they should have done with that fire on the spaceship is they should have made it like the fire that destroyed the stone fortress built into the mountain, because stone burns in this universe, apparently.
Okay,
Wow.
that's
you know
another
why?
problem.
Because they were all made of geode.
Hate it here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I
What'd you
haven't
say,
watched
Culture?
any of it, but it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm getting.
Look what it did to culture.
Yeah, culture. Go ahead. You're trying to make a point. You got stomped on a bit.
No, I don't care. What I care about is that I'm done. Disney Star Wars is dead. It's not even like a little bit dead. It's been dead like 3 freaking shows ago.
I'd say it's about life support.
It's burning.
They're graping the hollowed out corpse, Nick, at this point.
It'll be dead when it's not even brought up in discussion.
Well, okay, but we're talking about it because they keep trying.
Because it's funny.
They make things.
it's funny.
They make things that are Star Wars in name only. Okay, and you know who said that today?
Who?
Grace Randolph.
Grace Randolph.
Wow! Holy shit!
So there's Swinos.
Welcome to the far right, Grace Randolph.
What she? I mean,
Swinos.
I'm paraphrasing. What she
Swinos.
actually said was, "These are Jedis in name only."
Yeah, she did.
Take it the Disney check bounced.
Well,
She's unhappy.
Campia's done with it too, is what I'm
This-
hearing.
This just in: the next episode of Acolyte, somehow Yoda has returned.
No,
She's
seriously.
now a lesbian.
Yaddle. Well,
I kind of think that maybe the checks are bouncing at this point.
They could be. My son came over to me today after watching the latest one. He says, I think I'm at the point where this show is a comedy.
Of errors.
He's like it's almost a parody at this point. It's so ridiculous. But it was cool to see a Jedi Wookiee. I mean there are these little bits and pieces, and it's the shiny squirrel stuff that everybody latches onto, but there's not enough of that, and there's no substance to it.
But Jason,
I haven't seen it. So
Jason, did you tell your lovely child that? Yes, but then they killed said Wookiee Jedi Master off fucking screen.
Yes. He's been watching it. He's had his complaints. He sees how ridiculous it is.
So have you seen the IMDb numbers?
No, I haven't.
No.
3.5.
Holy shit.
Okay, I just got another question for you real quick. You're telling me that they took a Wookiee, which can already rip your arms off, and gave him the ability to do that with his mind, basically.
Yeah.
And then just killed him off.
Okay, so this is
sad.
Yeah, that was what, episode 4?
He could have cut his arm off like the Wampa.
This is what happens in the episode. It's another flashback. We get the perspective of the Jedi. There's some really kind of weird, creepy groomer shit they were trying to do with Saul, wanting May to be his apprentice, and the coven of lesbian space witches possessed the Wookiee Kalnaka. Last minute, Darth Trinity shows up, and I'm not sure what she did. Force pushed him out of his mind and it killed all of them, or did they?
No, first she did the whole. Now that's in the clips. She did the whole thing, Matrix thing, where she came around, wrapped around the Wookiee's head. Yep. All right, this little woman wrapped around the Wookiee's head and took him down.
Yes.
Okay.
And then basically she did the whole Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, crouching tiger. Yeah.
Hidden cucumber.
Yes. And then boom, bam, and then push the lesbian space wishes out of the Wookiee mind.
Yes, and it killed them.
I think somebody said that they basically Luke Skywalkered themselves into dust.
Well, that was what I said. That was my interpretation. Is they forced too hard and all died.
Yes.
They
so
they pooped so hard that they died. I've heard of that.
Exactly, that happens.
It happened to Elvis. But anyway, no.
Yes.
So what actually they threaded too hard. You got to remember they were threading.
Yeah, they pulled on that.
They yanked the tampon a little too roughly, I guess.
What I love is they
died from force maupause.
Yeah. Well, what I love is that they stuck with the sewing metaphor. Right. You go from scissoring to threading to dead.
Stapling.
Oh, and according to Lesbian Headband, at the end when she went all ghosty mode, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. She Spencer. What was she doing? She was becoming the Force.
She was literally transforming herself and May Osha, whichever one that was, into the Force. Whatever that means, but we finally have it. Say it with me, everybody.
The Force is female.
There we go, Talks. Yeah,
the Force likes
to scissor. And that was May. So the funny thing about it,
Force is black female.
Is
always has been.
That's right. Saul freaks out when she turns into the weird kind of Force demon, and you
can do that because you're half Asian. Damn it!
He just said Force demon. He just said the words Force demon, and y'all are just like, oh, what?
Yep.
Force demon. I'd rather talk about anything else.
Yeah, she literally turns into this black wispy thing that looks like a Force demon, and Saul's like, "What the fuck is this?" And stabs his lightsaber through it, which
so what
makes
are the
a lot
rules?
of sense to me.
Yeah.
What are the rules for dying from a lightsaber stab now?
Apparently, if it's a show that is written by somebody other than Leslie Headband or Lesbian Headband or Leslie Headland's Headlamp.
Lesbian Headlamp.
People actually die from lightsabers.
Only some of them.
Yeah, only some of them.
Well, yeah,
actually, all of them so far in this series.
Well, the requirement for dying by lightsaber is that the lightsaber must be wielded by a Jedi in order to make the Jedi the villain of the piece.
Yes.
Got it.
See, I've heard that it's perfectly safe as long as it's just the tip.
Yeah, that doesn't look frightening at all.
Well, it's the first time she'd experienced the tips.
Wow.
I'm just saying that this looks like a woman who used a lightsaber to orgasm herself to death.
Well,
that's what that looks like.
Okay, so this is what she turned into when Saul stabbed her.
Leslie Head Continent. That's funny.
Whoa.
Oh God.
No, she not wrong. All right, I'm gonna take this down.
Spencer's looking at something else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I don't know if that was his email or something.
Weed porn, weed
Thank
porn.
God, Spencer, that was the right screen.
Yeah.
Weed porn, weed porn.
I had to find the window again.
So all I can say is I hope that
Minimized
Lee Young Ye has fired his agent by now.
100% normal to Amelia Clark's
He's
scholar.
fired his agent.
Tis but a scratch.
Well, the funny thing too is that Kaunaka basically just had a cut, and it's like it didn't look like a very deep cut either. It's like he died from that.
Well, what the force thread is dipped in poison.
Carob, so the power of many gives you a deadly aneurysm with hemorrhoids?
What, the aneurysm is hemorrhoids? Or
Well, and then the space witches look like they have testicles around their necks. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's one. That's
Yeah,
weird.
that's a lot of sack.
Oh, that was good.
I mean, technically it's an alien, I guess, but whatever. Yeah, the show is atrociously bad.
All right, our Argendum's got this for. She's got it. She said, "You guys don't know. Women do that every other Tuesday night. It's just a thing." All right, it just
I've seen
happens.
smoke coming out of my wife several times.
Okay, all right.
Oh yeah.
All right, King Rooster for $20. My best friend, God I love him, has enjoyed all of Disney Star Wars as much as real Star Wars. Acolyte is the first time he's made fun of it. But of course, episode 5 was awesome as long as the show's a lightsaber people will cheer. Yeah, I mean,
it's the shiny squirrel effect. It's,
It's
look at this
shiny
dangling keys.
Sadly,
no plot at all.
I do know people like that who do actually love old Star Wars, and they'll appreciate stuff like that just because it's there. Doesn't matter the reason, doesn't matter if it adds up or lines up. As long as they get that type of thing, that basic thing, they will be over the moon about it. It's a really conflicting thing because that they have good taste in good Star Wars, but they also have the worst taste in liking absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, it's like 70 said. Yeah, it's that shiny key effect. All they need to see is Star Wars. Oh, cool, I'm in. That's all. That's literally where the process ends.
Yeah, but I think that's wearing off, Spencer and Nick and anybody else.
I 100% agree.
I mean,
especially by that example we just heard.
Well, I mean, when you watch Grace come out and the first thing on her video after the episode is that was embarrassing. That is the first thing she said.
It was embarrassing.
And then she went on to say it was not only embarrassing for the actors, for the writers, but it was also embarrassing for everybody behind the scenes, and it was embarrassing for people like me who liked the show.
She should be embarrassed, legit.
I mean, the little Chad, somebody who's been on this channel before, put out one of the greatest video clips in the history of the planet, which is on Twitter if you want to look for it. He doesn't mind it being shown on streams. I know because I did it earlier today on the HCast, and it kind of sums it all up for Grace. It really does. And she needed a way to get out of the position she was in.
Yes.
And Mr. H brought that up today. It's like this was her point to turn from heel to babyface.
Are you talking about this clip right here?
I get that reference.
Yes, that one. Yeah, in wrestling terms, she went from heel to baby. You want to make that bigger. It's super tiny. I know. And
so is this like the media using
That's
the
what she
debate
said.
as their point to?
Yeah, that's like a great thing. Yeah, play this. It's
I see Grace still hasn't discovered a comb.
Right.
She did. If you listen
Maybe
to
that's
her,
part of her image.
She does have a hedge, though.
Twisters coming to theaters this August.
If you listen to her, she did.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. I'm sorry.
Culture.
That's right.
If she did discover anything, it was alcohol. Listen.
I love a good mystery. I really do. And we've never had one in Star Wars before. I mean, we've had questions that needed answering, and they eventually got answered.
Hold on.
But I'm talking...
We've never had a mystery in Star Wars before. Who's Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't.
There
the
is
main- it
another
wasn't-
Skywalker. Like, hello?
it wasn't the main- Yeah, but the whole plot didn't center around the investigation of the
just about
mystery.
to say,
Like an actual mystery. Contextually, I understand what she's getting at.
All right,
I
all
No,
right,
the
all right.
Phantom Menace had the mystery of the
Phantom
midichlorians.
Menace.
You have a
Exactly,
fair
that's where I
point.
was
I get
going.
what you're saying.
That's true,
I get what you're saying. There was a mystery. It just, as sci-fi said, wasn't the main thing. Whereas this show is leading with the mystery, versus in the new
When Phantom
Hope,
Menace, it was
That
all
was the
about the
entire
mystery.
marketing for this show. The entire marketing for the show was it's a
Yeah.
Star Wars murder mystery. It's a cop drama.
Okay,
It's
murder
gonna be
mystery.
great.
Okay.
And
Detective story, essentially.
I'm
is what she's
sorry,
getting
there
at.
was murder in Phantom Menace. No, folks. This Phantom Menace did this before this. She doesn't even know her freaking Star Wars.
Can I
Certainly
just
have
say,
murdered Star Wars.
Of course she does.
I just want to say real quick, her presentation in this video makes me want to swallow my tongue.
Yes. All right. Let's
It's
keep
not easy
going.
to aim both your eyes at
My
90,
God.
a 90-degree angle. Like,
She's a
We're-
chameleon.
Yep.
We're not even there yet. Okay, so
right.
let's finish it.
Like a traditional mystery. And wow, it works so well in Star Wars.
3 weeks later.
Aw, man. That was embarrassing. I love.
Roll Chad. ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I feel like
You know,
that
I
lady's doing competing drugs.
I gotta give it to her. She's quite the character.
You don't have to give it to her, Nick. It's okay.
Yeah.
I have to wonder how many of the alternate media, the access media, like her, like Campia, how many of them have gotten to the point where they're looking for that off ramp, and they're looking for a
they
way-
fucking found it, dude.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm wondering how many of them going, oh, thank God, we can get off this ride. You know, I mean, it's crazy to see the turn for a lot of these people. It's almost like there's a seismic shift in the culture that's going on right now, and the people who are in.
Hey,
the
that's not nice. He's just shifting in his seat. Okay, let's be nice.
Yeah.
But it does feel like it's not just in Star Wars either. It's this whole just the zeitgeist apparently has come to a corner, and they all kind of went, maybe we're on the wrong street. Let's change something, and it's almost everywhere now.
Well, they finally found the exit ramp. They've been on the
Yeah,
freeway
real
for
fun.
hundreds of miles. They finally
Okay.
found the exit ramp.
Let me finish getting these real quick. So TVG Monster for $5 says, given how creepy Saul was in this episode, I expect Chris Hansen to show up out of nowhere.
It's bad.
On brand for Disney.
There's even an interview with Leslie Headland where she's like, "Oh, that entire thing was meant to be like Qui-Gon finding Anakin," and it's like you did not understand what that scene was at all. Qui-Gon didn't go like, "Oh yeah, I need him to come with me. I feel things." It was like, we got to like take this to the jet. Like, we
must
need to
be
investigate
lying.
this.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Creepy.
So Dragon Wise for 199 says the Acolyte is the only time Rule 34 doesn't apply.
Right.
For those of you who don't know what Rule 34
Zeroism.
is where everything on the internet can be
Turned into porn.
turned into porn. And the Acolyte is definitely not that in the slightest.
I wouldn't bet on that. You know
Yeah.
how deprived the internet is. Depraved.
Well, yeah, maybe some Raylos will turn it into porn, but nobody else wants to see that. Nick the Greek for $4.99. I never thought I'd be so disappointed by a Star Wars parody film by lesbians.
Tonight's best comment.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's more parody than actual Star Wars, which is very unfortunate. It is what it is, though.
Well, and there's a quote from Headland that's been circulating around about how she was wanting to make this about the villain, and it's juxtaposed with a photograph of her with Harvey.
Yeah,
and it just says, that's her experience. And
write what you know.
People do write what you know, and so she's gonna make the Jedi the bad guys because that's her experience.
Okay, so Tooth Raptor for $5. You know what would be better? Mute the audio, watch Aloe Light, then add the Three Stooges or similar slapstick audio in its place. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have enjoyed everyone using the audio descriptions of the show.
Dude.
I love that. That's funny.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I heard that 70s. Yeah.
They're funny.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Eric K for $2 says, Nick, you got to give it to her. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Maybe instead of a laugh track, if it's a parody, instead of a laugh track, they just do the Wilhelm scream every 5 minutes or so, and instead of the crowd yuck, yuck, yuck.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Peter Shays Helicopter Tours over on the Green Machine. They committed to reshape society. They are all in on it. There's no going back for companies like Disney. They're on a superior mission for stakeholders, but we can't be stakeholders by 2025. We can't be stakeholders net zero by 2025. All right. Also, Kangaroos are celebrating.
Is net
11
zero even
months.
around anymore?
I think so. 11 months is member. Why am I in biggin like that? All right, let's put this over.
Oh gosh.
Filter.
Yeah, so here's something to laugh at and comment on, because this chick is nut bar. Let's get to it.
Oh man,
This is the
that
whole
was
commentary.
embarrassing. It was real embarrassing. It was embarrassing for everybody in the show, embarrassing for everybody who makes the show, and perhaps worst of all, embarrassing for all of us who have up to this point enjoyed the show, supported, and defended it.
Yes.
I really want to underscore, genuinely enjoyed it. You know, when I posted last night on Twitter that it was bad, some people were like, finally. You know, like, we told you. And it's like, I still stand by liking the beginning of this show. It's just the bottom just totally fell out of it this episode. And I have a detailed breakdown of all the largely
you
writing
realize
issues.
it
And I know
sucks
that some
now.
people will be like, I said the writing was awful the whole time.
It's okay to be a late bloomer. We can forgive late boomers.
Which one?
I don't agree.
Which
I
one
thought
is
the
the
writing
bottom?
felt like it was going somewhere. This to me seems
Pause it.
unique to this episode.
Pause it.
How
She thought this was going somewhere? Holy fucking shit. We are not watching the same TV show, Grace.
Still brain. That's 100% what it is.
It's like literally every single episode, the show went fucking nowhere.
Well, and this episode went back to episode 3, so it's going in circles.
Yes. It's an infinity loop at this point. Woo!
I thought the writing felt like it was going somewhere. This
No.
to me seems unique to this episode. However, it's so bad, it's like game over for the show. Certainly for Saul. So bye, Saul. You know.
There you go. That's the first clip.
That's some fucking cope right there. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay to just admit that you realize all along how bad it was. It's okay, Grace. Just say, you know what? I've come to my senses. This episode made me realize how bad this has been all along.
Okay, but you have to watch this next clip to hear the alcohol, because my God.
I'm surprised it took us
And
so
with
long.
just and it's just one episode
Hang on. Oops, shit.
left. We're never. It's clearly not going to be wrapped up. Forget in a satisfactory way. It's not going to be wrapped up probably in a way that even at least makes sense. And
No shit.
It's just it's bad. All right, so let's discuss, and I'm looking forward to hearing your comments down below. I fully expect the comment section on this video to be a
Joe
real
Biden's speechwriter.
fucking disaster, but that's okay. Whatever. Express yourselves, man.
Okay.
All right.
I'll express
Now,
myself.
My biggest takeaway
Fucking
from this
disaster.
episode is that
What is she in? Johnny Dangerously?
Yes.
Okay. I just got to say this real quick. She seems like she really enjoys a combination of like Xanax and Adderall at the same time.
Oh, shit.
John Cena's dick.
Word.
Okay.
Boy,
okay.
she,
thank
like,
goodness
dating
Khmer
John
wasn't anywhere
Cena?
near
I don't know.
Go ahead.
it. Save yourself, Khmer. Take your cortosis and run. Because Saul, as I said, just got character assassinated. Oh, so horrible.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
Just
Dude,
like all the other male characters in the show.
when you
Now, do we know any of the shills? Are they like defending this episode?
No,
Or where are the
Campia.
shills at?
Campia's out on Star Wars. Dude did a
Yeah,
heel
he
turn
went
him.
nuclear. He like lost his mind. What was that
Yeah.
over culture? Was that Obi? Or no? I think it was Obi-Wan. I think it was the
I think it
Reva
was
drama.
Obi.
Yeah, I think
he
it
was
the Reva
like,
drama.
he's like, this sucks. He went off on her, dude. They hate each other. Campia and Grace are not friends. But yeah,
Well, it seems like John Campia is not exactly friends with a lot of people.
well, he's not.
much.
Yeah, we know
He's not a
that.
friendly person. Okay, last clip, because as she goes longer, and I sped up. I went 18 minutes into it before I grabbed this next one.
Well, could I make
yeah.
a point on what
yeah.
you said about Saul first, real
Yeah.
quick? Because everybody who has hated on this, not everybody,
Thought he was the best
most
thing.
people, he's the best thing about the show.
Mhm.
And Jedi Squidmaster, what I don't even know what his name is. I'm wondering if it's even. No, I mean the actor.
Lee
I'm
Young
wondering-
Ye.
Zhang
Lee
Yin?
Young Ye.
Yeah, that guy. You know, the video game guy that reviews video games. Young
Is
Ye.
it possible that they did this to him because he didn't understand the cultural context of what they were about to do to him?
Undoubtedly. That's why I'm saying he should be firing. He should have fired his agent by now, because this has been nothing but a disaster for him to take part in.
I would say they would do it regardless of whether he understood the cultural context or not. I don't think they even fucking care.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. They're not. I've been saying this a lot lately. They're not kind to anybody. Disney is the cultural vampire bully of every IP. It's the place where it gets sucked to death, and then the carcass is like harvested for every other thing.
It's definitely sucking.
Huge amounts. I can't even imagine the amount of suck that's going on right now. So let's get to the last bit of this, and then I'll free you from.
And you can imagine a lot of suck.
I can. Let's do this last bit here. She's loud as hell. I'll try to turn her down.
Okay.
They didn't seem like Jedi at all. Jedi in name only. Like,
Yes.
what about all the work that was done at the beginning of the show, which again I loved, to establish the Jedi's defensive style of fighting, and that they tried not to engage in conflict. Like that was always the last resort.
Hold on. Can you pause this real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that logic applied when it came to Rey and the fact that she just was great all along, and Luke spent almost a trilogy learning how to hone his power set? Now she's getting this, like 9 years later.
She's not the
It took
sharpest.
the acolyte for this to happen.
Yeah. Well, look. Okay. I won't be that disparaging. I honestly believe that she is split because she's a person of Hollywood. She came of this world. She showed up here. Spencer, her background, I mean, you go back into it. She was tied to Disney through Marvel and a bunch of other stuff.
She most recently she was on Rooster Teeth when they were bought out by, what was it, Warner Brothers?
Warner.
Like, right when that buyout happened, they were like, we're getting new talent, and she was one of them. So she's got she's got her connections everywhere, if you will.
Yeah, and she's still, and she does production. I mean, her little mini studio with the green screen and all that. I mean, she was really proud of that early on. I'm going to tell you right now, I said this to Tom earlier today. She has Midwestern hips.
Okay, what does that mean?
Seriously.
She will have no trouble giving birth, although she's a little old now. I'm just saying. So anyway, she's probably she probably froze her eggs already. Anyway,
So what you're saying is she has wide hips.
She's got birth and hips. I think is what he was getting at.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh no,
No.
no, no! I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the ladies that can fire out the puppies. But what I'm saying is, she's and hips for grabbing. Thank you. Okay, see, everybody knows what I mean. All right, so here we go.
Wow.
This is coming from culture who's more hip replacement than hip.
That's actually
It's
actually
more hip
true.
replacement than hip now.
Pinochet says he can fix her.
Okay,
You fix her with the javelin, I guess. I don't know.
look. Okay,
That's
so
right. He's got that javelin.
oh, let me
That
tell
was
you.
from last night.
Totally
Sorry.
out the window here. Not even they were defying it, but as if it had never existed. I mean, how could this
Existed.
be the same Saul who went one-on-one with May in episode 2, which was an incredible fight, and he was just
No,
so
it wasn't.
cool. Or Endara
was
in
lame.
episode 1.
It's lame.
I mean, you might be like, well,
You're
this was
telling me-
16 years later. They became totally different people. I mean, and these, by the way, the de-aging was good, but it wasn't that good. These weren't like a bunch of 17-year-olds or
Okay, she has made so many salient points that she should have made it by episode 2.
So I'm saying the check bounced last night. So
Yeah.
yesterday.
Okay, so she's only now seeing this. We've seen this the whole time. Where
If
a character
she's into gags, that might work.
easy now.
There's,
Yeah.
I think it's like we were talking about earlier. I think they've all gotten to the point where they feel like they've got nothing to lose now.
She is losing subscribers daily.
Well, they can't. They realize at this point, if they continue to shield for this show, their credibility goes out the window because this show is legitimately awful. It is the lowest rated Disney Star Wars show so far out of all the ones we got. I mean, like, you can go and check the fucking numbers out. It is not even on the charts. People fucking hate this show. It's awful. It's dumb. You have some people, yes, they're going to shill and defend it, that aren't necessarily in the access media. The funny thing is, like, okay, you do have some, like Alyssa Mercante. She is shilling hard for the show. She's saying, if you're mad at the Acolyte, you haven't been paying attention to Star Wars. It's like, lady, you are fucking...
Yeah.
She's just counter signaling. That's all she's doing. She's saying that the people who are on her like opponent's side don't like the Acolyte, so she's going, I have to defend this, which we see a lot.
I have direct evidence to the contrary to her statement. Okay, Comics Division and you guys pay attention to Star Wars, and you're fairly upset with what they did with it. I stopped caring a long time ago, and I still don't care. So she's just completely wrong.
Saying I'm upset with it is a bit of an over exaggeration.
I know. I'm prone to that. Thank you.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't care, other than the fact that I am enjoying watching the giant fucking bonfire of money that has been lit on fire by Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, and Leslie Headland. I want them to do a season 2, guys. I really do, because I want to see more heaps of money being thrown on the fucking bonfire. That's the great thing about it, is that either which way we win. If they cancel the show, we win because they admit defeat. If they feel that they can't let it go, that they have to go and make another season, like we've been seeing with a lot of different franchises that have been massively failing, we still win. Why? Because they're throwing more and more fucking money on the bonfire. And the more this accelerates, the sooner we'll actually get some change, maybe in a decade.
Well, I just to add context, she's losing at least 33 people a day from her channel, probably more. She's losing views by the butt ton for her monthly average. Her daily average is crazy. She has no subscriber gain. The membership's estimates are low. And right now, she's sitting at 938,000. She will never cross the 1 million mark while she remains Access Media shill. She just won't.
Maybe she'll use them birthing hips.
I don't know.
I'll take a few of them that are jumping ship from her channel.
Yeah, go right over there. Sci-Fi for me. He knows what he's doing. He won't shill for anything.
No, I don't.
So I wanted to pull up this IMDb. It's 3.5 out of 10. 85K ratings. So you have to be a member and pay for this to rate this, I believe, on IMDb. Is that correct?
I am not sure.
I'm not okay. So I'm not going to say that, but I tried to rate it and I had to be signed up. What threw me was when I saw this morning was all of the breakdown. So 8.2% gave it a 10, 2.7 a 9, 5, 5, 3, 2, all this. 55% of the 85,000 people. All right. So you're talking 50K of them gave it a 1-star rating.
Wow.
So, okay, so what I'm reading here is that 8.2% of the paid users on IMDb are shills.
Yep.
There you go. Discount
or have
8% of
have
it.
no taste. Real quick, I want to get this from Roland because we've been saying it a while. Roland the Richard, $5 says, Chris Gore actually followed me on Twitter today. I don't even want to know what kind of bet he lost that his punishment would be to follow me. Sorry, Chris.
Probably something Chrissy made him do.
Yeah, maybe. Also, real quick, I didn't get a chance to read King Rooster's comment. He says
11 months. All right.
Yeah. Guess the power of one is greater than the power of many. Indeed, it is. Okay, so I want to pull up Grace Randolph's Social Blade because culture is 100% accurate
for his 11 months. I'm gonna give him this Kangaroo Rooster.
Cock.
Okay. Yeah. Daily average -33. She lost 230 subscribers, and I guess in the last month she lost 1K.
Yeah.
Holy crud!
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty bad.
Stop shilling. I mean, it's pretty simple. You know, it's like we're the bad guys because we're the grifters, right? So, like, the grifters are the people that are calling it like they see, and they make money on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, or they, write articles like this knucklehead down here. There's just a different kind of grift, right? So you got that, but the grifters are authentic. They're telling you what you think. They're giving you, like, actual information. Then you have shills, right? And the shills are doing it for inauthentic reasons. She's in the shills until today, or maybe yesterday, whenever this video came out. And she was so drunk when she recorded it. It also came out later than her normal videos, which means she had to sober up a little so she could edit it, so she can get it out there for us. I'm just saying it. She's so trashed.
The sad state of Star Wars, man. It really is sad. Do you guys think there's any coming back from this? Like, is there a way to revive Star Wars at this point, or is it just like far beyond?
You gotta let it die for like 2 decades and then just completely like restart. Maybe keep like the George canon, but you have at that point, Star Wars
even if you do 2 decades, everyone else will be dead outside of the sequel trilogy who started on the sequel trilogy, and we don't want those people to count. So.
Well, I mean, okay, Nick, I'm fine with actually everyone being dead at that point because do you really want Mark Hamill back as Luke Skywalker at this point? I know I don't.
God, no, I do not.
Listen, Star Wars died with Jar Jar Binks.
I think
it did.
Would it be better done?
Change my mind. Star Wars died with Jar Jar Binks.
Yes,
it certainly took a hit.
No,
it died.
It did not.
I don't think
it absolutely did.
I don't think so because even after the prequels, you had the extended universe, and there was some really good stuff that came out of that. The X-Wing series,
video games,
Heir to the Empire, some video game stuff. I mean, there's some good books in all of that.
The Star Wars.
All right, so I'll say the Star Wars cinematic universe, not everything else. Okay, died at Jar Jar Binks. How about that?
No.
So, as a long-time Star Wars fan who was there when the first movie came out and went and saw it in theaters, Jar Jar Binks came out and I walked out.
Okay.
And that was not Star Wars. I'm sorry. Prequels, not Star Wars. They weren't at all.
That's
We wrote a whole bunch of stuff, midichlorians, all that other bullshit. Just like what they did with the end of Dune 2, is exactly what Lucas did with Phantom Menace.
Did you see that they brought back midichlorians in this episode?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they
thought
sent
that they
their M
changed that.
count.
They're
Yeah, well,
Maxi-chlorians now.
yeah,
Maxi-chlorians.
yeah,
Maxi-chlorians,
maxi-chlorians. Well, but the funny thing is, like even George was like, okay, I get people were pissed about it. I never mention it again. In a lot of ways, he kind of did some of that stuff with Jar Jar Binks as well. But
Sith
they actually,
Lord Jar Jar Binks.
they actually had it to where it was like, yeah, they said their M counts are off the chart.
Well, they've been doing that in Mandalorian as well.
Did they? I don't remember that
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
that's the reason they're going after Grogu's because
Yeah.
But the thing with Jar Jar, they did. I mean, they didn't completely redeem him in Clone Wars animated, but again, you're talking about
Misa gonna ruin Star Wars.
I think
His role got greatly reduced though by Attack of the Clones, and that movie
did.
was just that movie could have been good. The second act dragged. It was like Andor, but in movie format. It was just going so slow. It was like a sloth.
The biggest problem with the prequels, there's two things. George had a whole lot of technology that was just brand new that he wanted to play with.
Yes.
Ooh, look at this whiz bang shiny. And he didn't have Gary Kurtz.
Yes.
Keep him in check.
Yes.
Rick McCollum was a yes man. He didn't have
Like
anybody
Emilia
around him
Clarke.
to tell him no. He needed a Gary Kurtz. I've said this before. Every George
Oh, it's
Lucas
the same thing.
Gary Kurtz.
You're right. I agree with that, Jason. See, I think
What the hell,
third act-
Roland?
The third act.
Lisa thinks Tox is gay.
The third act in
Somebody
Attack
needs
of
to
the
get
Clones
memeing
is
that.
really good, but outside of Acts 1 and 2, it's the biggest bore fest. It's such a bore. I think the action and at the third act of 2 is good. Now, as far as and I feel like outside of the lightsaber fight, the Phantom Menace is bad. I'd say it's still Star Wars, but still, it was just not good. I do like as a movie though. I do enjoy Revenge of the Sith as a movie. I do enjoy Revenge of the Sith.
Brava. He says, I couldn't make it tonight, so you got my biggest fan, Spencer, to fill in.
He's coming with the
I know all your moves, buddy. I'm filling it up. I just got to get like 7 cigarettes in my hand. Just give me a second. I'm lighting up.
Indeed.
The other
Only
thing,
seven. Only seven. Amateur.
To
I
Nick's
got to start
point-
slow. I got to start slow. We're not all Brahma.
Yeah.
To Nick's point about the lightsaber fight in Revenge of the Sith, I think you have
Roland.
every generation has their entry point into Star Wars. For us,
Right.
it was the original trilogy. There was a whole generation of kids that started with the prequels, and that's their Star Wars.
Right.
Clone Wars is
Just like
another
Star
generation.
Trek with original
Exactly.
and Next Generation and that stuff. I get it.
Right.
and
that's why
the lightsaber battle in Revenge of the Sith for those kids is a formative event, and I think that has some impact into how that generation perceives Star Wars. And you know, Leslie Headland is younger than some of us, and not younger than some of us, and she could be part of that group. And some of these writers could be in that
You're
shiny
giving her too much
lightsaber
credit.
phase. You
I'm
know,
sorry,
the-
Jason. I
what-
appreciate you trying to come from an optimistic place for her. That I get that, but the problem is when I see her on that interview, like, "Oh, what's your favorite Star Wars?" and she said, "All of the
All
Star
of them.
Wars."
Yeah, I
of
like
the
all
Star
of them.
Wars.
Yeah.
If she had,
All
like,
the
a
Star Wars. I
specific
love
pick-
all the Star Wars.
If she had a specific pick with laid out reasons, even if I disagree with them, I'm like, okay, she has an informed opinion, even if I absolutely reject everything she says about it. But she has a full-fledged argument for, let's just say, hypothetically, the Phantom Menace. She doesn't have that. She just said,
Well,
all the
and I'm
Star
not-
Well, okay. First off, Nick, the correct answer to the question is Empire Strikes Back. All other answers are wrong.
right? Yes.
No.
Well, the thing is, and maybe it's not Leslie. Maybe it's one of the other writers. I'm just painting with a broad brush. Generationally, that whole group of kids says this lightsaber battle was so cool. It was a defining moment for them in regards to Star Wars, and so that's a piece.
Are you talking
of
about the one with
Anakin and
Doku?
Obi? No, Anakin and Obi-Wan.
No.
Oh, that. Okay, that was nothing.
Okay.
So
I thought you were talking about Duel of the Fates in Phantom Menace, because, I mean, a lot of people were like, "Dude, that was probably one of the coolest,
to see
lightsaber
Yoda
fights."
digitized and not being a puppet. That was the only thing that was out.
Well, no, I'm talking about with the Phantom Menace. It's like that a lot of people were like, "Holy shit, this is probably one of the most amazing lightsaber battles I've ever seen." But the movie was garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yes, with Darth Maul, just watching him do that, Park is great in that role. He really took the Darth Maul role. That was good.
Yeah. Needed more of him. It needed a lot more.
Yeah. But to see, I mean, I downloaded this from the internet back in the days when the internet was not even close to what it is now. To see Yoda digitized and moving around like he did in the battle with Dooku.
Well, dude, I mean, back in the day when the Phantom Menace trailer dropped, I left my computer logged in all night to download the trailer so I could watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how
Because I still had dial-up at the time.
Right.
It wasn't until like a year later before I was able to get cable. But I mean, that's what you did.
Right.
And the thing is, okay, I hate the prequels, but I hate the sequels more.
Yes.
Because they are way worse. Because the prequels, they're not good.
I did like BB-8.
I mean, yeah, BB-8 was kind of a cute design, but
and they really
doesn't
did
improve anything.
Finn dirty. They really did Finn dirty.
They could have actually done something with one character. We all know who I'm leading to, Finn. But he amounted to being a freaking janitor. The one character who made the movie Force Awakens being from 100% plagiarist to 99%, because you didn't actually have that arc in A New Hope. They freaking put him to waste, and a lot of people actually thought he had potential being
going to be a Jedi.
He loved the series. He was charismatic.
Yeah,
he did great stuff behind the scenes. He did great interview shows. He was he's a great personality, and Disney did him dirty.
Well, they did, and a lot of it too is that the quote unquote fan backlash. A lot of the people had a problem with.
You need to record that.
What fan backlash?
Fan backlash. Comics division has Scooby Doo.
I mean, that's basically how these fucking retards sound to me. But the thing is, a lot of people, what they had a problem with was not Finn or the actor playing Finn. They had a problem with a black dude being a stormtrooper, because in a lot of ways, what the Empire represented was Nazi Germany. They were supposed to be space Nazis. And suddenly it's like, my first question is, why are you trying to diversify the space Nazis? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That was my issues with the character. It's not so much that they had a prominent black man in Star Wars. Don't give a shit. Because honestly, if they developed his character, he could have been a great character. But like you said, they did him dirty.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Massively did him dirty.
Then killing.
Can I say
Go
what
ahead.
I thought was going to happen?
Of course, Culture.
I thought Boyega's character of Finn would be the light side, and they were going to turn that bitch into a dark side wielder.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. It would have been original.
I actually didn't think that she was going to be a force sensitive at all. I thought she was basically just going to be, I don't know, maybe like Han Solo. I don't know.
At best, she should have been an unreliable narrator, but fuck that bitch. Fucking terrible.
The sequel trilogy was the ultimate tell and don't show. And it wasn't even just with the female characters being referred to how great they were. Even Poe Dameron was guilty of the tell don't show, because they said, "Oh, this is the best pilot in the galaxy." Not one moment do you watch any of those movies that feel like, "Wow, this guy's really great." You're just like, "Yeah, you're just another pilot."
Yeah.
His ship just shows
bad
up.
knock jokes.
Yeah, his ship just shows up, and 5,000 things around him blow up for no reason.
It's like, wow,
that's what happens.
Actually, you guys just reminded me of Mahler's video about the first film, in that dude was supposed to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was.
John Boyega was robbed of a great opportunity. He was a good person. He
and
loved the
hinted-
series. Great guy,
hinted
and
at
they screwed him.
Yeah, and they hinted at it in the third movie with the stormtroopers who had left, because he had inspired them. Right, we got that as and it's a throwaway line almost.
Right.
But
Because these
again,
stormtroopers are different, right? They were conditioned as children.
right?
They weren't
They were
clones.
conscripts, and the thing is, this goes back to Ryan Johnson not understanding that he's got Act 2 of a 3-act play.
Mm-hmm.
And now suddenly we have two competing one acts. You're basically a night of one acts, and the first one act that you watch and the third one act you watch are written by the same guy who's trying to tie stuff in together, and then you've got this lump of coal right in the middle of it that's got no connection whatsoever to any of the rest of it. But Finn's arc could have been phenomenal. Yeah, he's slightly force sensitive in the first one, and it's obvious he is, and he's got the potential there. And as we go through those 3 films, what should have happened is we should have met some of those rebellious stormtroopers toward the end of the second film, or at the very beginning of the third one, and they get their whole arc. They get a storyline where they're the ones that rise up, save the day. They're the cavalry coming in at the end to hoorah and finish it off, but we didn't get any of that.
All right, I want to quickly get some stuff. So Toxic Manflow gifted 10 memberships. Sorry, Docs, were you trying to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say, Corey's got a new song out called Dumb It Down over at coreyharrison.bandcamp.com. Just want to make sure that link's out there. Open that up in a new tab, save it, go listen to Corey's song.
Yeah, check it out. Please do.
Yes, indeed.
Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $2 says Ryan Johnson's stock has gone up the last 4 years. I guess. I mean, what he
Knives Out wasn't
what he did to I say Luke is on point at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like, that Last Jedi is still garbage.
Well,
okay. What would you say is worse, Last Jedi or The Acolyte?
Fudge. In screwing up an entire franchise, I would say Ryan Johnson's film. In making sure that Star Wars was unrecoverable, The Acolyte.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, Corey. I just saw your message. Corey dipped out. Take care, dude. Hope
awesome.
you have a great evening.
A lot. He slid out very smoothly too.
Yes, he did.
Usually the goal is to slide in.
Slide in.
Well, some guys eventually got a pull out culture.
I would
stay in all the time.
As a follow up to Culture's point, I would say the Last Jedi damaged the fandom, and The Acolyte damaged the brand.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's a thing. Like, here's the thing. Even when The Force Awakens came out, even though there are some people who are not a fan of it, and there are some people who are on the fence, and there are some people who are fairly positive, a lot of people are like, okay, you know what? Maybe we still need more context with the second movie. Let's see where this goes. Because sometimes you can recontextualize things when you see more and have a different perspective on things. Yeah. Then The Last Jedi happened, and that was the thing that absolutely divided everything, and then some. Like, The Last Jedi was like almost like a generational moment. Like, it was just like, holy crap, I don't think I've ever seen something have such harsh blowback in my entire life. And obviously it helps that Star Wars is like the massive franchise it once was, so it made it that much more massive. But yeah, it was crazy because I had never seen anything like that. I remember being confused when I saw the movie. I'm like, what's going on with this purple haired lady? Why is Leia in space coming back into a ship? Are they trying to tease a relationship between Rey and what's that guy's name, Kylo Ren? It was a really weird, awkward experience watching that movie. I'm like, oh, so then this Snoke guy that's it? Like, there's all this theorizing, and now he's amounted to nothing.
Your Snoke theory sucks.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I do. I'm just like, what did I just watch? It took me God, it took me a long time to figure out what the hell I was experiencing because I didn't understand it. I guess you could say that was my first full blown up of the wokeness like being put in front of me on such a massive level. It was just like, what the fuck happened in here?
Well,
Okay.
Force Awakens for me and for a lot of people, when people started saying it's a New Hope all over again.
Yep.
My thinking was at the time, and I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt because we haven't had a Star Wars movie in forever.
Mhm.
They're brand new people that are in charge. They've never made a Star Wars before, and so what I saw was they're making a Star Wars movie that's a sort of a kind of paint by numbers. Here's the pastiche. We're going to give you all of the stuff, the member
It's the setup.
to show you that we know what makes a Star Wars.
Right.
And
That's
it's
how
the
I felt
first
too.
act. It's the first movie, and yeah, give them a little bit of rope and see what they do with it. And then Ryan Johnson did what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And he
I think
shit
the
all
last,
over it.
yeah, the Last Jedi is immeasurably worse than the Acolyte, in my opinion, because Ryan Johnson deliberately set out to destroy the canon and the franchise. The Acolyte's just
It's more of the same. It's rinse and repeat at this point.
The
It
Last
just adds
Jedi
insult
is
to injury, is what
way
you're getting
worse.
at.
The Acolyte's
And it
written
is-
by
the Acolyte's
incompetent
deliberate,
fools,
too.
but Acolyte's written by incompetent fools, but the Last Jedi was a very deliberate destruction.
Well, the
the
Acolyte's the
canon.
same thing. I mean, you do have the incompetence,
Yeah,
but
but it's
what they're
just
trying to do to the
following
Jedi
on.
is also deliberate. All right, guys. So I do want to pivot to the last topic before we head out and we do some memes. Spencer Bakuli's here, and we're going to be talking about one of his articles.
Let's do it. Oh
Let's
gosh,
do
yeah.
it. Okay. The first thing I want to point out. Okay, this is D&D right here. Okay, D&D. You have a purpled-haired
Thought you all would like that, Peter.
female halfling with a nose ring. Yeah, this is modern D&D, folks. And the thing is, I didn't realize that they put out a 50th anniversary book where they basically literally just took a giant steaming dump on the founders of Dungeons and Dragons. That is insane.
Did you see Kuntz's
Yes.
statement?
That's what's leading up to this, is that he penned a glorious screed against Wizards of the Coast, and it's glorious because they wow. I mean, it is amazing how much they hate the people that came up with D&D. They hate it so much. They hate Gary Gygax. They hate all involved. And yeah,
Because they're not capable of coming up with anything original themselves.
Well, remember what Tolkien said. Evil destroys. It
Yes.
doesn't create.
Never creates. Yeah. What's the name of the book, Spencer? Okay, here it is. Dungeons and Dragons, making of the original D&D,
There you go.
1970 to 1977. And I don't know if you actually read the stuff that's in there, Spencer, but I mean, it seems like they're literally tripping over themselves to apologize.
That is 100% what it is. So, for those of you who haven't seen what we're talking about here, Wizards of the Coast came out with a new book just a few weeks ago called The Making of D&D, and it is a history book that essentially breaks down the very early years of Dungeons and Dragons, like the prototype development by Gary Gygax and everybody at TSR Inc. So it's supposed to be a history book, essentially. In the preface, so in service of that, the book features a lot of old design documents, a lot of old correspondence, a lot of old notes from Gygax and everybody. So it's chock full of classic D&D stuff. Because of that, in the preface to this book, a current designer, or the guy who wrote it, who is a current designer at Wizards of the Coast, Jason Tondro, something like that.
Right here.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, Coach, or comics. He just trips over himself to virtue signal over, all that stuff was like I'm so sorry, they were so misogynistic, they were so racist, they were white men,
Because they said fighting man, which is accurate.
It's like fighting man. It's just a lot of what their accusations are based on nothing but complete like disingenuous. I didn't engage with the material at all reads of like Dungeons and Dragons,
Mhm.
because the guy straight up like in these in the preface says something along the lines of, oh yeah, Dungeons and Dragons was always bad with certain subjects. Women were always, you know, questionable in their depictions in the early days, and slavery was treated as only a transaction and nothing bad at, like, it was completely neutral. And it's like, dude, D&D from the start had like
cultures that engaged in
goddesses, like you fought against slavers. It's a complete like falsehood. Like it's not even true.
Well, the one thing too is like saying that it was treated as a transaction. That's basically how slavers acted, dude. That's pretty accurate. I mean, but yeah, you're right. There are two major modules that you're going up against slavers because yeah, obviously slavery is bad, and that's like the one thing that they leave out. It's like it was very prominent in Dark Sun because of the setting, and it makes sense. But the issue is that they're so afraid of the S word. They can't have it, right? Because they're afraid of offending somebody. It's like, dude, like literally every society on Earth has had slavery in some form or fashion. It's like, it's not just a white person problem, my dude. That's the thing.
Well, according to Twitter, it is. So that's where they're getting all of their feedback.
It's so fucking ridiculous. And the fact that they are shitting themselves in regards to that is dumb. Oh my God, they treat slavery so casually. It's like, whatever. What the fuck?
It's because what these people want, they don't want media. They want something that looks them in the eyes and go, you're a good person for believing this. They just want validation. Because
that's what
exactly.
they want.
How else do you engage with the topic of slavery in this setting? You don't have somebody come out and go, oh, hey, everybody, I know, like, you know, fourth wall break, we got to talk about slavery and how it's bad before we continue. Yep. No, everybody, like, to think that is insulting to your player base, because most human beings understand that slavery equals bad, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody is, you're not smart, you're not intelligent for pointing out something that everybody understands. It's sort of like, I always draw the comparison between you know, a lot of people around here in our sphere, I don't think anybody necessarily on this panel, but maybe Nick, but, you know, a lot of our sphere watches wrestling, which is complete, like, you know, it's kayfabe, it's storylines, you know, the physical actions are real, but the drama is not.
A lot of the injuries are genuine.
Right, exactly. But we've all had discussions where we've been talking about, you know, wrestling and, oh, did you see that match? Did you see this? And somebody always comes along and goes, you guys know that wrestling is fake, right? And it's like, dude, we all know that. Like, that is an understood fact. And we are, as a, like, smart human beings, able to go, we understand this with that rule set.
It's entertainment.
Right.
It's an athletic entertainment.
Let's get the context and let's, you know, move on from that. We're not stupid. And essentially it's that, my point is that, yeah, those people who go, oh, I've got to point out this very obvious fact to you, like, they're just full of themselves. They just want to huff their own farts because they think it's a legitimate display that they think you're like, they're better.
They have to tell you what's wrong with you. It's that whole thing. There's a couple of good things in the Bible. You know, take care of the log in your own eye before you worry about the splinter in somebody else's.
Yeah.
That hubris, it's in multiple things. It's been around for a long time, but that's really what it is. And somebody comes around and tells you, oh, it's fake. No shit. But I can tell you that when they started all that stuff, and it was Kane's Ballroom in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they would have an actual bar fight on Friday nights to figure out who would be the winner on Saturdays. So these people that started wrestling were not these kind of, you know, gorgeous people and all that kind of stuff. These were badass guys.
Yep.
Right. And, you know, they could kick ass. They just did stuff for hoots and hollers to get paid. All right. And it was fun. It was fun.
All right. Culture, you had a point you're trying to make?
I was going to ask Spencer a question, because it's something that I started reporting on early on in my career, which is when my channel grew very slowly. We recognize just how many countries still have slavery. There are a lot of them.
Yes.
This is a real issue. It's something that nobody talks about. Nobody's talking about forced labor in various places. It's more than a little disturbing. It's one of the things that, you know, I was involved in a charity drive for multiple times. And so when you think about this, humanity, especially here in the United States and in most of the Western countries, recognize slavery as bad. And yet, the major corporations that are involved in the production and transportation of goods utilized forced labor on the regular. Most specifically, we can talk about, several of the top Fortune 500 companies, which include Apple and which include Nike, which include these other things. And at the same time, because these boards of directors are so corrupt, they share executives, including the chairman of Nike, who is also the chairman of the Walt Disney Company. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
That it's ingrained throughout all of it, that it is just from the top down? Or are you saying that this is just virtue signaling? Or is it all of that?
I look, across the board, there is nothing but virtue signaling now, because of something we talked about earlier, which was stakeholder capitalism. That none of these people believe any of the BS that they say because they don't live the same lifestyle as they're trying to impose on the rest of us. They think we are beneath them. They're trying to make your life more difficult. And, at the same time, you have executives that think they're going to get paid like tech CEOs. You can't all be Elon Musk, kids. It doesn't work that way. You don't add enough value to the world. At the same time, this is the stuff that, makes me crazy because I'm like, okay, you're CEO of a company. You are so far separated from the realities of the world around you that you're just being told by some little intern that these are the things that we should focus on, right? It's one of the reasons why entertainment was so easily corrupted, because you have people coming up through the ranks like the readers who, go to their executive person, they read a script and they say, this is the stuff we need to focus on. And these are the bullshit reasons why that I learned in college that are completely full of shit because they're like McKinley or some shit.
Well, I mean, honestly, entertainment and creativity died when they started introducing sensitivity readers.
Yeah.
Because that's just another form of censorship. All right. So this is what Kuntz had to say, a 50-year celebration. And this is it. Of the original authors and its supplements, Gary, Dave, Jim Ward, Brian Bloom are gone. And to me, it seems like in a lot of ways, what he's trying to say is that these guys are gone. And what Wizards of the Coast is basically doing is taking advantage and shitting on them because they can't defend themselves. That's what I get from the statement.
That's 100% what he says, because he goes into it and says, like, I'm the last one here.
Yep.
Let's get into this. Like, he does the...
and that leaves me alone as the last man standing, the last author. It really is a burden watching this slanderous episode unfold. And it was done with one bat of an eyelash. Watsy, Fate, wasn't a Copley?
Fate Accompli.
Okay, Fate Accompli. Okay, done in such an assumptive manner as if they wield the holy articles on morality, which is true, which they enact with their prejudiced judge, jury, and executioner demeanor. Yeah, I mean that sums it up right there.
Yeah, I read this. I read this on the stream today. This is a declaration of war. It feels like
it really does.
He should be going to war with them.
Plan.
They literally have gone and destroyed everything he worked on. And in like this next iteration is so much fucking worse. I mean, they are legit like pushing the wheelchair thing in D&D.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, in that preface, I can't believe I totally forgot to touch upon this, but the way they close out the preface there, where they're going, oh yeah, Gygax and all them, they were outdated. We're so sorry that they weren't sufficiently progressive by today's standards, right?
Yeah, whatever.
They close it out by going like, but the good news is D&D is more inclusive than ever. And here on its 50th anniversary, like it's so much bright, like the future is so bright with all these new diverse creators. And it's just like, what are we doing here? This
the funny thing about it is that we've made it so diverse and so inclusive. We pushed out all the people who really enjoyed it, grew up with it, the original player, the ones that are still around at least. We pushed them aside because we're so inclusive. Yeah, really.
Well, and that goes back to that podcast where Kyle Brink was talking about how he longs for the day when all the white guys would stop playing the game.
Yeah.
And come to find out,
guys like himself, he said.
Exactly. And come to find out, he's no longer at WotC. He's no longer doing the D&D and hasn't been since May.
Good. He doesn't belong there.
But I don't remember hearing anything about this. This was done on the quiet, as far as I can tell. I don't know.
Did he quit or was he fired?
I don't know.
Wait, hang on. They laid off a lot of people. That's right. They've been having massive layoffs since I think it started November last year. Spencer, do you remember?
Yeah, I want to say it was like that was a big round of them. Yeah, it was November. Well, Hasbro's been having like last year they had like 3 rounds of layoffs throughout the year, and one was in like November, one was in January, and I think one was in like July. Like they've consistently been dying in pretty much every sector or every department they have, whatever you want to call it, branch.
Yes.
Yeah, but you would think that it would make the headline that the guy running the department, running D&D, executive producer of Dungeons and Dragons, you would think that would get reported if they either they fired him or he left. One way or the other, he's no longer at the company. One of our guys in our Discord posted today, and he said, I didn't even know this has happened. And these are some of the guys that follow this stuff a lot, and they're like, we'd never heard this. So my question is, what happened that Kyle Brink is no longer in charge of D&D?
Well, because they literally fired everyone. That's the issue. Even Larian Studios, who did the Baldur's Gate 3 game, they basically said, yeah, we're out. We're not going to do another D&D game, because they literally talked about how everyone they worked with during the development of Baldur's Gate 3 are gone. Yeah. So the fact that he's gone too, not surprised. Not surprised in the slightest.
No. I'm not either. I'm just saying I'm surprised that it wasn't news at the time it happened.
Yeah.
It starts out nowadays as a conspiracy first, then news second.
The memes are ridiculous tonight.
All right, Tox. You ready for memes?
Actually, no. I have not been collecting those, so I will have to go out and do that. Let's see. I did... Let me dispute this copyright claim here real quick.
Doing it live, disputing copyright claims.
Well, I mean, we actually have to, because we use a song that we have
3 songs
officially licensed. Okay, we have licensed songs that are officially licensed.
I have to deal with that too.
And it's like, look here, Trother Muckers, this is an every week thing.
Well, I forgot about the Yelling at Parked Cars channel.
Well, for good reason.
So
did everybody else.
There it is.
While we're talking about D&D and Hasbro and extension, did you guys hear about the animated show that has apparently not shown up anywhere? There was a thread somebody had posted on Twitter. You know, what's a show that you wish had happened that didn't? And the guy's name is Rogers. He was executive producer on this. He says Micronauts.
Mm-hmm.
There is
hell yeah
a complete 52 half-hour episodes done, finished, in the can, has been for 2 years. And he's like, I haven't heard boo from Hasbro about
They made some like merch for that, and then that was it. Like it's been done, it's ready to go, and
it is. And he's like, I guess they Batgirled us, but I mean, I was like, hang on, wait a minute, 56 episodes of Micronauts, and it's just sitting on a shelf.
Dude, you could fucking release at this point and just make money off of it.
Right.
You would be making metric buttloads of money with that.
I mean, provided that's good, right? I mean,
well, I imagine it probably is. It's old. I'm going to say this. That's old things are good, kids. That's right. That's why I'm good. That's
VHS.
why Brian is really good, because he's really old.
Super.
Oh man, they have really destroyed you guys in these memes.
Oh, it's been rough.
Yeah, there's a lot. We don't have to get everything. Just pick your favorite talks.
I want to say this on behalf of humanity. Thank you, Elon people, tech guys, for returning my messages to my PC because my direct messages just finally started showing up again. Thank you.
Yes, that's it might have just shown up earlier.
Oh, here we go. I've got a new commercial.
Oh, God.
No, really no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want this.
If you are looking for something to do this weekend and you just happen to be near Swallow Hill, Delaware, then why not join the Pixel Nation at the 2nd annual Joe Biden Bike Fest? That's right. Join us and you can bike with one of the many presidential body doubles throughout the beautiful countryside of the first state in our union. Featuring 3 times the emergency medical vehicle teams as last year's disastrous event, this year's Joe Biden Bike Fest promises to be a great time for all, especially you ladies with long hair. Now don't forget to visit this year's sponsors. Pinochet's Helicopter Tours. When life has got you down, let Pinochet's Helicopter Tours give you a lift to the clouds. Pinochet's is offering 30% off companion tickets from their brand new location at the Division Ranch in Bangs, Texas. Pinochet Helicopter Tours make our tour your last tour. And of course, Muff's Bar. Home to the biggest clams in the South, Muff's is located at 6969 Kamonawanalea Boulevard in glistening Glaze City, Texas. Dive into Muff's Bar, finger-licking good since 1969.
Thank you for finding new sponsors because, like, I need new sponsors for my channel and
Indeed.
for the Sunday night show.
So go to comicsdivision.com and pick yourself up a Joe Biden Bike Fest t-shirt.
Oh, that's right. We are the official licensed distributor for the Bike Fest t-shirts. Thank you.
That's right. And we might do a telethon. You never know.
Yeah, we should do a telethon.
You know what? Maybe we should do a telethon next Wednesday to raise money for Biden to stay in the race.
I will do that. I will help. I will be an official fundraiser telephone answerer.
Yes.
It'll
small wonder the complete first season that, of course, is Comics Division. Yeah, looking good.
How can you tell? It's really small.
Yeah, I have, Well, there it is.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
Sure should definitely be left on the shelf.
Yeah, Corey's looking rough.
Why do I always look like the girl?
You look like you need to get beaten. I'm just saying.
By the way,
good night, everybody.
Beaten for beating.
Wow. Am
I married a redhead. I can say that.
Abuse live?
Oh, this might be the best meme I've ever seen.
Is there another one that I missed?
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with us. It's just funny.
Mr. Culture, bring me a meme. Make it the gayest shit that I've ever seen. Yeah.
I promise. It'll happen.
Okay.
The funny part was getting Culture to clone himself into 4 people and wear the same dress. This was right after you played Smoke. Or
That's
Snoke,
right.
wasn't it? Yeah.
These are Siamese quads.
Why? You weren't supposed to tell people I was Snoke.
Original trilogy prequels, Disney Star Wars.
Why?
Oh, Jaffo.
Oh,
so true.
That
So
one was rough,
true.
bro. By the way, the original meme for that was Sydney Sweeney on the top, not me.
Yep.
Okay.
It was. And we don't need to show Culture Casino's Privacy, by the way.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Jalapenos chicken poppers for Culture.
Poopers.
Oh my god.
I'm not happy with this meme.
Why?
The Privacy one's worse, dude.
Should be renamed One Eyes Chicken.
It's actually really well done.
One Eyes Chicken.
One Eyes Chicken.
That Popeye sign was kick ass.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I do feel like we're violated tonight.
You feel violated?
Yeah.
I'm saving all these.
Oh, thanks. This will be great.
I have to do a year-end review meme thing.
Plus, you should probably try producing my show on Sunday nights. That'd be good.
I did a poor job last Sunday, but I did a good job the first one.
That's
but in
right.
my defense, sorry, let me just get the tip of this and save it.
Give him the tip.
By the way, we actually need comedy writers because I can't, apparently.
I'm going to have to do your writing.
You just need...
This is actually quite true.
Live on Sunday night.
I'm so sad about this because you see the little boy there in the hat?
Uh-huh.
He passed away.
Yeah.
I think that's
that's
why the
unfortunate.
meme's made.
It's very sad.
Yeah, that's sad.
Your viewers don't have taste. I'm one of them.
Hey, what's
Exactly.
interesting? What's interesting is Mexican Iron Man is the best dad ever in that picture.
Mexican Iron Man is the dead kid.
No, is he?
Yes, this Mexican Iron Man, that's you, that's Alf.
Yeah.
This is just either the regular guy or the regular guy with Tom.
No, it's Brahma.
It's Brahma, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Brahma?
I think so.
Hard
Is
to
it?
tell with the hair.
It really is kind of hard to tell. Doesn't look like Brahma.
Brahma doesn't have
Doesn't
hair.
look like Brahma.
This kind of concerns me. Just a floating weave.
Well, that's comics.
Oh,
Wait a minute. I just
You can't even reach.
oh my God! I never thought I'd be surprised by a short joke about comics. That was good.
It's Shadow.
Oh, Shadow.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you
okay,
go.
makes sense.
you know what?
right, okay.
You know what? Shadow would be a great sitcom dad.
He would be. Straight men in bromances kiss, cuddle, and stand around naked together.
No.
Oh my.
No, they
Oh
don't.
my.
No.
I know what kind of tablet they're using.
Hey, comics, you need
cucumber
to
one.
lose some weight, bro. You're a little hefty.
Oh,
You're the one to
fix that
talk,
in- we can fix
bitch.
that in post. We can fix that in post. It's fine.
you're talking about hefty.
Yeah. Oh no.
The VOD
What did
of
you
the
say
stream will
about
just have
my
all of you guys
flatulence?
ripped.
I am violated right now.
Why are you violated? Culture Casino and workplace violence. Video one.
You know what? The next time I see you, Tox, I'm going to drink a bunch of Yingling.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be a lot of workplace violence. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh no.
Dear.
I don't know if I can show this.
Yes, you can.
I wouldn't.
I would.
Might be a YouTube violation of some kind.
Brahma looks good though.
I felt violated.
I was wondering why I was in the Adam Schiff role in that one you won't show.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's true. This is not bad. This is not bad. I would say, yeah, this makes sense. Comics is the wild one.
Look at Tom. How
Nick
did
is
Tom,
the mixed race one.
Tom is Tootie.
Tom is Tootie.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have very large breasts, and
And hair.
Brahma looks like he belongs. He looks like he's in a hairband. I'm just saying, I need to
He
section that
actually does
out.
look like he's in a hairband. I have to
He
agree with you on
does.
that.
You know,
Yeah.
have you noticed that it?
He
it's
looks
very-
like he's in Nickelback.
No, Tom is Natalie.
Who made this
Natalie.
one?
Nick is Tootie.
Natalie.
Dude, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Natalie, the fat chick.
He's-
Mindy Cohn. She went on to play. She went on to play Velma Dinkley.
Oh,
I did not know that.
Allegedly.
That's another fat chick.
This just, I'm
Velma's nice.
mesmerized by the. I mean, Brahma could be in Nelson.
His head is a little small though.
What was the name of that terrible band?
Nelson?
Nickelback.
No,
Nickelback?
no,
NSYNC.
Motley Crue.
no.
Boys to Men.
Yeah, there's another one.
Cinderella.
Rat.
Rat.
Rat. Oh,
There you
God.
go.
It's Rat.
Oh
It's
God.
Cinderella.
I feel
White
like
Stripe.
I feel like-
Striper.
well,
He would be in
that's-
Striper.
Yeah. Well, he looks like every bad '80s rock band poster ever.
Actually, he looks like Tammy Faye Baker before the makeup's applied.
Good
Wow.
Lord.
Okay,
Good
you win.
Lord.
You win the night. You win the night.
Wow. Brahma, hopefully you've left the chat.
He's not.
That way you're not enduring this abuse.
Yeah. Why want him to endure this
What?
abuse?
He'd just start crying in the mascara run.
Yeah.
Nelson.
Nelson.
Okay,
That was
I'm,
one of my
I'm
favorite
curious to see what Robbie's actually done with this clip.
I'm not. This is going to be bad for
Oh,
people.
don't give me this crap.
Oh, I heard it.
All right, can you hear it?
Yep. Well, yeah, we heard it.
Wait. Oh man, it's Hands Across America.
God.
Oh.
Wow.
God, you're right. It looks like she does have testicles around her neck.
Dude, you mean yeah, poo pile face?
Welcome to Star Wars.
You know what I would like to see. I would like to see somebody take all of the lesbian witch coven scenes and attach that to "I'd like to give the world a Coke."
I'd like to give the world a Coke.
That's what me and Cider were saying last night on
And
the Bounty.
snort with
That's what we
Hunter
think of when we see
B.
this. Like, get the world a Coke. Yeah, like it's 100% that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I thought this was the baby's room. I'm really sorry.
Oh.
Shrinkage, baby.
Shrinkage.
Yep.
That's such a good episode.
Ooh, I love that episode.
I might hate somebody now. What is
My
this?
favorite flavor is Gary.
Cottage cheese.
A deliciously creamy protein pack snack. Melody's 4% cottage cheese.
Who did this? I need to know who to
Clay.
hire somebody for.
I want names, I want addresses.
Yeah. And I want a sniper team right fucking now.
I can tell you that this one with the pineapple is actually pretty good.
Oh my God.
What? Ate cottage cheese.
Nothing.
Kiss my ass. And then he did this. That's very
accurate.
true.
It's accurate.
Okay, now I probably won't murder him.
But is that dumpster
in
in space?
Minecraft.
Is that in space?
You don't know.
I don't know, but this guy back here has no legs. It's just gone.
Is
He's
he just floating?
Floating there.
That fire looks crackling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might go roast some marshmallows or something. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Hello. Hello. This is Grace, and I'm dumber than a box of rocks. I hear Culture Casino enjoys big cocks. Well, that makes two of us. Hello, this is Grace, and I'm dumber than a box of rocks. I hear Culture Casino enjoys big
Smartest thing
cocks.
she's ever said.
Well, that makes two of us.
Very spicy.
Dude.
Hence the birthing hips comment. Okay, I get it. The acolyte.
Oh, that's wrong.
Fucking am I supposed to be on?
Dude, you're Basil.
Basil resigns from duty after smelling a culture fart. That would definitely be true.
You would think by now we would be like not
joke.
phased by every ugly form we've seen of ourselves, and still we continue to get more frightened of what we see.
Yeah,
It's because the memers have this way of like zeroing in on the worst frame. It's like not even a picture, like it's a frame, and it will ruin your life.
Culture force choked him.
Oh, there it is. Oh no!
Now I want to know.
Are you challenging me? Maybe. Pull my finger. Oh, too late.
How am I shaking?
He's the only one with facial hair.
Are you challenging me? That was good.
You say so. Backlash.
I should have left. Why am I still here?
Backlash.
I'm supposed to be in bed now.
Bad backlash. Bad backlash. Bad backlash.
Ruh-roh. Oh no! What is this?
It's a Death Star?
It's the Lego Death Star.
Death Star Lego anal butt plug. Oh, now with battle damage. Oh, presented by Culture Casino. That's never good.
That should not be a term ever applied to one of those.
Now with battle damage, correct? Or
Jaffo.
You should see the one that's modeled after the thermal detonator.
Oh, fudge.
Jaffo's done an
Do I really
entire
want
line of Culture Casino anal butt plugs. This is just the only one I could show.
You realize that you're the one that created the image that everybody uses for these now.
Oh, this down here?
Yeah.
No, Jaffo did.
Oh, fucking Jaffo.
Jeff,
He's very proud of that.
You have created a work.
I love this. What damaged it? Never mind. Yep.
Well, when you use those things and drink a case of Yunling.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So last super chat of the night, guys, for $2. Tooth Raptor says a new movie idea: The Isle of Dr. Culture Casino.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Everything about this is awesome.
It's fantastic. This might be the greatest thing I've ever seen. Black Sparrows.
Nothing destroys a boner faster than whatever the fuck this is right here. Just saying.
It's four of
What
me.
about Lena Dunham?
Oh,
okay,
shit.
that's two. There you go.
Dude, she's like done in Hollywood. First of all, nobody wants her Polly Pocket. And that's that works.
Yes, so she gave up on it.
Yeah. Well, so did everybody else. I mean, it's a euphemism for a reason. But anyway, it's an entendre, but it's three ways an entendre because she doesn't care what it is. It's just something that's interested. But anyway, Lena Dunham is out of Hollywood mostly, except for producer roles, which means she doesn't have to show up or can just stay home and eat Fritos all day. So we're done.
Yep. Did you guys see the Time Bandits trailer?
Oh god.
Rama has two mouths.
Oh, Jesus
horrible.
Christ. Is bad. It's really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see this?
It's a disgrace.
No, I did
Taika's
not.
in it. Like, can Taika stop putting himself in his movies?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
get over yourself.
I
Yeah.
have a theory about that. I think he's in it because
Only
nobody
Mel Brooks
else
can
will
do it.
I think he's in his movies because nobody else will do it.
Yeah, that trailer is
After Chris
fucking
Hemsworth
awful.
like tore him a new one, probably.
Yeah.
So Maxine Waters' wig fell off
Oh,
almost in an interview on CNN. So
Nice.
No, why am I not surprised at this point? Yeah. Yep.
I'm not holding my breath, but I really, really, really would like to see the day when they all get their comeuppance.
Agreed.
One
All
good
right.
drink.
We will start with
Stay tuned for November.
as Nick turns off his camera as we do outros.
Hello. Hi. Yeah, tonight has been very my eyes need some showers of what I've seen tonight, but other than that, it's been a great show. Yeah, posted a video this week. I'll post another soon. Toxic Tuesday hiatus. Be back August 6th for Western Month. Klobby's Comic Shop tomorrow night. And of course, I'll be here next week for Thursday Night Throwdown. So yeah, come check my channel out. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be diabolical. It's gonna be huge. And yeah, it's been a very fun show to be on tonight, despite what my eyes have seen. So, and the Acolyte sounds like an atrocity that I'm glad I never watched. Oh, I also got this cool candy when I got this cool toy when I got cool candy. So yeah, I had a candy.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
on the inside. So I'm bragging about my cool toy from a candy because I'm still a child. So thanks for having me, comics. It's been a very deep, fulfilling pleasure. And well, this is the part where I gently, kindly slip out like a slip and slide.
Indeed. All right.
Good evening.
Hello, sir.
I believe that Saturday night, Brahma and I are going to do our long overdue last episode of the season of Bourbon and Boarding.
Been saying that like every show for the last like
That's
4
right.
months.
But that eventually I'll be right. One of these days it will happen.
Yeah, eventually it will, and then it'll be the first show of the of the new season.
Well,
starting
maybe
next
we
week.
should just do that. You're right. It's a good idea. I should just make it the first.
I mean, I won't complain because I'm watching, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad you are, mate. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna wrap that up this Saturday, and look forward a little bit to next season. Next Monday on my channel, we're doing a cult comedy crew, one of my occasional series of those, and we're going to talk about a very obscure TV movie from 1972, Evil Roy Slade, starring John Aston. It's kind of like a PG Blazing Saddles before Blazing Saddles. So. But Henry Gibson, Dom DeLuise, Gary Marshall, written and directed. So, fun little comedy western from back in the day. So that will be the subject of next Monday's show. And I might get a video or two. Who knows? Slow, very slow.
Thank you, sir. Also, thank you for jumping on, Spencer. Appreciate it. I know it was like
Who's
last
jumping
minute.
on Spencer?
Thank you for jumping
Apparently
on the
70 is this.
stream.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, no, as always, like, first of all, I know it's been a while since I've been on. I've missed you guys. I'm glad I got to be able to talk to you guys. I know I talk to Culture all the time over at That Game Place, where everybody should go like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff.
That gay place?
But, yeah, exactly. That's why it's me and Culture at the top of that chart. That's exactly why we're in charge. But yeah, like I think the last time I talked to comics in person was Echo Mania back in February. So
God, yeah.
Very happy that very thankful for the opportunity to come on. Thanks for letting me come and set the record straight. Again, it's still really bad news for Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's just not quite as salacious as we would all hope yet. As for me, yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at Kabuto Rider Mav. Check out Bounty Into Comics every day for new videos on our YouTube channel, new articles on our site, new tweets from me on our Twitter. If you want to hang out more with me solo, you can check out my own channel tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I host a live stream, The Good, the Mad, the Ugly, where I kind of just hang out. We deep dive into topics that might not get discussed around our sphere. So anime, tokusatsu, all that fun weeby stuff. If that sounds up your alley, come on over and hang out. Love to have you. But yeah, until then, go check out everything here. Go subscribe to That Gay Place. And
Game,
me on,
game, G-A-M-E, game. Good.
No take backs.
Criminy.
No take backs. No take backs.
All right, thank you, sir. Last but not least, well, technically he's not last. He's second to last, Jason.
Hi, sci-fi4me.com is our site, and we are this close. Mrs. Boss is this close to having our convention list count at 3,000.
Wow, holy cow.
Dude.
These are active and current Comic Cons, horror cons, game cons, cosplay cons, any kind of convention that's in our wheelhouse. We are that close to 3,000.
Did you get Culture's WeaveCon?
Have not added that one,
Okay,
that one yet, so
Culture.
I will put that one in. Also on today's stream, I talked about these. I have pulled these out because Mrs. Boss tells me I need to write again. So over on the .com, very shortly soon, I might be posting a short story that I wrote.
Oh, very cool.
I thought that you were going to be telling us that Mrs. Boss was really close to murdering you for the insurance money. But
No. We need the insurance because she just had surgery on her elbow. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, she's doing all right. They had to release a nerve here. So
Oh, that's no fun.
Makes me shiver just thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So also nice Whataburger representation again.
Thank you. Yes. And that's a medium.
Yes, that is a medium.
Yeah.
That's
Good
what
to
I
be
keep
here.
telling the ladies.
Oh.
Thanks for having me. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, I was wrong. Second to last is actually Culture.
Your math skills are questionable.
Hey, I had it full screened. I didn't realize who was next, so piss off.
Whatever. Anyway, do check out That Game Place, the amazing game site where you might see Spencer again after that last little bit there. Maybe not.
It was a good run.
It was a good run. We've got a lot of great things coming out over there. Of course, my channel is Culture Casino. You can check me out on Twitter, Minds, Getter, Odyssey, and of course the Tube and Grumble. I am loving the Grumble. Grumble is growing. Help me grow my Grumble. That would be the green machine, the thing that we can't say on YouTube because they get upset and they make your little they make the icon that used to be green yellow for some reason. They don't give you money anymore. Speaking of giving me money, you can do that. It's called beachpunk.us. That's right. We have a great website with lots of incredible merchandise that I don't feel comics cares about at all. because he doesn't talk about it ever. He should be talking about it every single time he's on FNT. But no. We're the little website that could, with great gear that's a higher quality than you'll find from almost any other place ever, with great designs and lots of me. That's right. You can get my cock at beachpunk.us. And my cock's over everything. You get cock on shirts, you get cock on hats, you get all kinds of cock. Enjoy my cock. Anyway, beyond all of those
Comes in
things,
extra small.
it also comes in extra large. We have triple extra large in my cock. Anyway, back to other things. Oh, do check out my channel. I'm doing daily live streams at this point. So apparently, I don't like breast.
You don't like breasts?
You don't like
okay.
Rest.
So I had the
Rest.
channel. I had the channel name right the first time.
I give up. I'm done.
John needs his own game channel.
Find all my channels, please. Dang it, and hang out because I.
Are you going to do any more culture build stuff? Because man, I had great memes for that.
Yes, I've got more. That's really funny you mentioned that. I'm actually going to show people how to repair plumbing that is garbage, which would be a kind of plumbing that
I have
never should have been
bookmarked
made.
so many natural disasters like bridges falling and dams giving way and buildings falling down just for gifts for your culture builds channel.
See, now I feel like if that ever gets monetized, I'll have emojis. So thank you.
Yes, you will.
Okay. Can you let me go? I'm
Yes.
What?
Apparently, Talks decided to pull this up for some reason.
Well, 70s dropped this in. So, giant phallus-shaped iceberg floating in Conception Bay surprises residents of Dildo, Canada. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then,
but it's real.
It's real.
Yeah. So, let me go and share. There it is.
Also, real quick before we transition too far in, Eric K for $2 says Culture Casino hates Sydney Sweeney confirmed.
That's
Yes.
actually
That's what he said.
That's one of the most untrue things I've
But,
ever.
Oh my God! Holy shit!
Dildo Canada is real.
I told you.
And
It is
apparently
real,
Jimmy
yes.
Kimmel found this out in 2019 and ran for mayor of Dildo Canada.
You know what, Jimmy?
We
loves-
could win. We could do it, guys. Let's go.
He
let's help-
paid for the Dildo Hollywood sign.
Let's help him. I think he could win.
He could go to California.
Why does Captain Dildo look like Culture Casino? All right.
I'm now not liking you.
Boats in Dildo Harbor. Yeah. So there you YouTube, it's a real place. Leave us alone.
Leave us alone.
It's twinned with the village of Twat in the Orkney.
It's in the village of Twing.
By the
Comics
way,
Division will be on FNT tomorrow, where he will mention his shows, probably Monday Meltdown, and
and Beach Punk.
He might mention Beach Punk. He
And
might.
my channel, or I will he will have a very bad accident in Minecraft.
He will definitely talk about Culture Casino being a cock.
Okay.
So he definitely will talk about that. But
no eyes told.
You've got a Saturday morning news show that Culture's going to be doing, right? And then we've got a Sunday variety show, which I'll probably be writing comedy for tomorrow.
Thank God.
And then Monday we'll be back with Monday Meltdown to talk about this stuff. When's Deadpool drop?
Next weekend.
Now? Yeah.
Is it next weekend?
Is it next weekend or the
No.
following?
It's like the 20.
It's the 26th.
Oh yeah,
It's
no, you're
26th,
right.
so
Yeah.
2 weeks?
It's you know what I have to see tomorrow?
What?
Despicable Me 4?
Well, no, Long Legs.
Fuck is that?
That's that horror movie, right?
It's got Nicolas Cage in it, I think. I don't know, and that girl
Alicia
that kicked,
Witt.
Not the bees.
The girl that kicked the guy in the head is in that. Goff Mia. No, wait, though that's Maxine.
Amber Heard?
No, she shit on the bed. She shit the bed, literally. How do you
Literally.
shit the bed, literally? Anyway, I don't care.
You do it because you think it's funny.
It was.
Long
That
Legs,
was the
Long
reason.
Legs also has Alicia Witt, who was the original sister for Paul Atreides.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Hey, do you remember when Dune was good?
Yeah, it was
I was
good
gonna
up until about the last 20 minutes of the second film.
All right.
So real quick, because I want Culture to read this, because he does the thing.
Hated for 10 Culture Casino cash. Thank you, my friend, for dropping that over here. I'll be sure to get that promptly from Comics division? Probably not. But anyway, for 10, says, I love Sydney Sweeney enough to make up for Culture's lack of love for her. Let me tell you right now, I love her well, I can't say that. The boss is still
No, you don't. Don't even get started.
She's lovely.
There's a rumor that she's being eyed by Sony for Men in Black 4.
She's being eyed.
Wait, she's going to buy Sony?
Men in Black 4.
Yeah, it's.
Oh.
I saw that floating around on Twitter.
And Mark Kern has posted about half an hour ago confirmation that Kyle Brink did get fired.
Whoa.
Holy
well, I mean,
heck.
again, that's not surprising because they fired almost everybody involved in Dungeons and Dragons at this point.
Yeah,
they literally they gutted the team.
Yeah, he's reporting confirmation that he was fired. So
interesting.
All I see him saying right now is that he was. Oh no, wait, yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. Don't listen to me. I didn't scroll down far enough.
Happens every now and again. I'm right sometimes.
John. So John Kokoza, who's an incredible photographer, professional, amazing, just tweeted out another teacher woman decided to have inappropriate activities with another student.
Go figure.
This is happening every day. I mean, this is all over the place constantly.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, sadly. All right, Eric K for $2. Who came up with Culture Casino Cash? That is good.
I think Eric K, that was you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And why are you giving him my culture cash? I'm very unhappy right now.
I don't know. Hey, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. Again, thank you to Spencer Bakuli for jumping on to talk about the Assassin's Creed Shadow stuff. I appreciate the correction.
We used to like him.
Yep. Thanks, sponsor Bachelor, for coming on to the show.
Thank you, dude. Good job. Next time.
Here we go.
Okay. Anyway,
I was this many
See,
days
Spencer
old.
and I actually got that. That's what's sad.
I was this many days
New
old when
show, the Toxic Spencer Show.
I was this many days old when I realized that Spencer was part Japanese. So there you are.
Konnichiwa. Now let me make your Assassin's Creed game.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Good night. We'll
He's
catch you next time.
Japanese
Here's
from
some
the
pros.
waist up.
Good night, all.
Bottoms up.
We gave it our all, but the end is beginning. Stage is our battleground. We leave it all out. Guitars are screaming.
Definitely smell shite.
There's no doubt. Drums are pounding, hearts are bound, sweat dripping down, sweat dripping down.
Well, Chin Chin, do carry on with your mud pie.
We gave them our best. We passed the test. Now we're fading to the darkness. This
The fuck?
is the
Did
end
it
of
freeze?
the show. Time to
No, it's still playing.
Still going.
Okay, froze on my end. That's weird.
You know, I need to redo this video.
You can start now. I'm here.
My name is Bob. James Bond.
Oh, thank God Tom's here.
Here to save the show because
Tom's so gay.
you guys talked about the Disney tapes, right?
No, unfortunately,
No, we didn't.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
We did talk about the Acolyte. You missed the Acolyte.
Of course
Tom.
you did.
We talked about Beverly Hills Cop 4 for about 2 hours.
No, you didn't. I know.
Kyle
My
Brink
kids
has
actually
gone-
like the movie.
Kyle Brink has gone protected on Twitter.
We'll probably hit the Disney tapes on Monday. I actually had it in the list, but we just didn't get a chance to get to it.
You guys really stink.
Well,
I just got here and you're ending the show. What the hell? You act like you've been going all night or something.
Well, you know, we're 8 minutes away from 3 hours, so there is that.
I've actually been in the audience for like an hour and you guys ignored me.
Well, I didn't even.
What's we ignored you? I saw you.
Oh yeah, see, that's ignoring me.
I didn't have the chat going. Sorry, Tom.
Oh, I'm never surprised when you ignore me, Culture.
Oh.
You know what would make me feel better?
No, what?
If you send me $50.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Good night, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Oh my God, you guys killed me.
Did I mute my mic?
No.
Shit.
Well, when your system muted the mic.
Did you end the stream?
Yeah, I ended the